Uh, I'll try to be brief. I thought the Lofa caucus would have told us about the complex being built in Foya, but since they didn't mention, I have to add it here, so because we want to know the source of funding. Presiding, we have a problem in the country, and the problem is facilitated by taxpayer money. Our Ministry of Information has turned to a platform to attack critical voices in the country. It started with Senator Amar Conan when his sister was sick in the hospital in America, dying from cancer. And he raised an issue in line with his legislative function. He was attacked by the Ministry of Information. Senator Creighton Duncan raised a critical issue. He was attacked by the Ministry of Information. Former President Weah, when he spoke, he was mentioned that he had mosquito brains by the Ministry of Information. When Alexander Cummings spoke, his height was measured, even though he's taller than President Becker, but his height was used to determine his comments by the Ministry of Information. When Bishop Cotto Brown, a cleric, a man who has been very critical of even past governments, Samuel Doe, Charles Taylor, Ernest Salish, George Weah, even now, Cotto Brown, everybody knows him in this country. When he spoke, he was asked by the Ministry of Information to go and be a politician. He was bombarded by that ministry. Former Vice President Joa Howard Taylor, who spoke at an opposition gathering, she was attacked by that ministry. The point I'm making, Mr. Presiding, that is not the responsibility or the function of the Ministry of Information. They cannot use government platform to attack critical voices in the country. And I think we're sitting down looking at it and we think it's funny, but it's very serious. The minister and others have a platform at night they can go to. We consider an informal sector. You say what you want to say there. But when you go at the Ministry of Information and you begin to attack critical voices and insulting people, national leaders, I think they are diluting the standard of that ministry, and it's turning more to a gangsterism situation. I think they need to work on it. They need to work on it. Yeah, I like that word. They need to work on it. Today might be others, today there might be people in the opposition, but tomorrow they might come home. Even people, females, today if you look in the country, people just insulting each other. But the premise is for the Ministry of Information. Because if you're using the government platform to start insulting people, you will think that insult is normal in the country. You can't insult anybody. That's a nominee now who's coming before us for a confirmation, a female nominee. Another female goes on a talk show to say something critical. She goes and insult her colleague, her female colleague also. So, Mr. President, I hope we do something about it. But this is not.
The chiefs have been arbitrarily removed from their positions, and the results, all the decision is being diluted out of fear of losing their job. The reason why the crafter of the Constitution provides that they may be removed by proof of misconduct and only by the president, it means there can be internalization, process by which you will derive. So it gives them the opportunity not to be afraid of any government that be. When the government is doing wrong, they will tell you say it's wrong. But now, because of that situation, when the minister went out today and had a bad thing, he said, Chief, you are removed. When the superintendent of Makane went out today, they said, I had a bad thing, they removed them. I think we need to revisit that and then go constitutional. It's serious. The second aspect has to do with the issue of financial institution that we intend to introduce a bill on the floor we will be named and star the bank of NIMA. We realized that NIMA had a very huge potential when it comes to finances. A multi-millionaire company that ArcelorMittal doesn't have a deposit in NIMA to pay its workers and other financial transactions. We also realized that NIMA and other countries had a potential industry in the rubber industry. And when this bank is created, distinguished, it will alleviate some of the poverty on the farmers. They will take loans. So we will encourage you when this bill is in the dues, that you please help us to ensure the passage. Then the issue of Burkina Faso. We are taking it for a joke by creeping on our nation, and pretty soon we'll soon be losing land on grounds that when cultivation takes place, eventually the wildlife in those areas will be driven away. There will be drought, and there will be a lot of issues that have an average effect on the inhabitants. Our people live on farming, and to import influx of foreigners to come and cultivate our bushes. We need to look into it seriously so that tomorrow our citizens will not converge on the urban side to embarrass the government. Now, two more propositions. The aspect that has of AML, ArcelorMittal. It is our appeal to our colleagues. It is our right as citizens of NIMA as a nucleus for a collective effort of all of us on grounds that Article 22B of the 1986 Constitution provides that any natural resources beneath the ground under the waterway belong to the Republic. But that any action that will affect ArcelorMittal in favor of any country, whether NIMA, you will be collectively involved. It requires support. We are cognizant of that. And with respect to NITA, our citizens, youth, are having consultative meeting. The elders, the women are having consultative meeting. Upon their conclusion, they will furnish the legislator under the doctrine of Article 17 of the 1986 Constitution to instruct us as to what they want to be enshrined in the MDA. At which time will be appealing to your consciences. While it is true that we are advocating to ensure that those things happen, equally so, we have to learn to be business friendly. Now, the last issue has to do with no. You know, many times people take government property to be free thing. Hello? People take government property to be free thing. Of recent, we have observed with careful look and critical analysis that the 15 pickups that were donated to the LDA the form and manner in which they are then utilized, if they are not taken, they will soon be requested for vehicle.
Right at plenary.
Thank you.
Let me just say welcome back to session. And it has been this whole week for me, you know, between you and the vice president and senator. Many people are saying that you can your phone, and then also we listen to the vice president saying that there's no issue. He got one problem with you, like, you know, he sees you as a friend, his brother, and so. What do you have to say?
First of all, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to you guys. This is an impromptu interview.
Yeah, it is.
As leader, as I always told people that the House of Legislature is a place, not a church. that when the pastor say hallelujah, everybody say amen. There will be alarming and re-alarming, disagreement and agreement. Okay? So as far as I'm concerned, we are people that when we see situation that we don't celebrate, we express it. When we finish, we finish. So we don't hold things against people.
So you just want to be heard, is that what you say? Or you say if you get some issue, you just want to express it, and if you don't hear, you just want to be heard, or also see reason for solution.
Before you solve it, in the first place, problem derive from mistake, it derive from gossip. And in order to solve the problems, you will be analytical, identify the problem. When the problem is identified, then you emerge with a solution. So we are politicians. At times, when we are confronted with situations, we find means to handle it out. So where we start the confrontation from will be known by the public, or where it will be settled will be unknown to the public. But you will see all working together. That's the difference in leadership.
That's it before you go. The elders of the Makati said, even though they try talking to you about this whole issue, but then according to them, they was in the news and already you are not giving it any listening here. You are just proceeding.
No, it's not true.
And you as a son to them, they want you to listen to them.
When you talk about elders are the fulcrum of every given society, because they represent the forefather of the land, and they are people to be respected. So there are differences between chiefs and elders.
Okay, chiefs and elders.
Chiefs are people who had a semblance of elder, but they are government officials. They will always take side with the government because they are on government payroll. But elders are people who doesn't care. They get their own farm. When they bring, they want to go on the farm, they go on the farm. When leader wrong, they tell the leader the facts because they will not be sacked. So at no point in time have I ever approached nearby elders in any faction. No.
So it was the chiefs.
Well, I'm not. You try to qualify it, but I just want to tell you that the elders are elders.
Thank you. That was Senator Samuel Koga there talking to us.
And so, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on location where you're following us from this evening. We'd like to say welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. Today is the 16th day of October, AD 2025. Again, folks, we'd like to say welcome to the show this evening. If you're just joining us, you are listening to the Heat Hour program. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. Let's recognize a few of our followers here this evening. Shadrach Wigon is watching us from Tokate, Mantokate in Yekepa. Shadrach, welcome to the show. Please help us to share it with other people. Matthew Bato Jr. is also watching us from Butuo, Nima County. Matthew, how is Butuo this evening? Welcome to the show, my brother. Joe Daniel Dan is also watching us this evening from Police Station View, San Nicole. Daniel Dan, welcome to the show. Topa Kwanu is also watching us. As always, Topa, welcome to the show. He's watching us from Ivory Coast. Topa, how you doing this evening? In today's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Emmanuel Zor Jr., the Assistant Minister for Labor Standard, and Honorable Nesco A. Wolo, the National Vice Chair for Mobilization at MDR. They both will be our guests here tonight on the show. And of course, we'll be discussing some training issues in Liberia. Last night, we had former representative of Electoral District 3, Anthony Kuyonpa, was here last night. And there were some allegations made on Emmanuel Zor and also Nesco A. Wolo. So they will be appearing here tonight on the show to make some clarification as well. And of course, Emmanuel Gay is watching us this evening from Nigeria. Emmanuel, how is Nigeria this evening? Welcome to the show too as well, my brother. Let's go for some national updates. This one is really, really, for me, I like this news and I really, really appreciate it. This is from the House of Representatives. Honorable Mary G. Johnson, representative of Electoral District 2, Grand Jida County, has submitted to the House of Representatives a proposed legislation titled An Act Establishing Student Loan for Higher Education. Now, what this means is that she's She has written the plenary already that they should establish an act called Student Loan for Higher Education. So it means Liberian students who are seeking higher education in Liberia or maybe outside Liberia will go to credit money or to take loan from the government. And then after you've gone to school, you've graduated, come back to Liberia, you are employed by the government or by a company, then you will start to pay the government back whatsoever money you owe the government. Maybe, for example, you'll be paying 20% every month and you're entitled to pay for 3 or 4 years. You're going to pay that money. I believe this bill is really, really okay. And if it is established, it might be the first ever to happen in Africa. So I think all students, incoming students, students who are going to school currently, this is a really good bill put forward by Honorable Marie G. Johnson of Electoral District 2, Grand Chile County. I think all of us need to support this. The Liberia National Student Union, LINSU, the Mano River Union Youth Parliament, and all of the youth grouping in the country. I think this is a really, really good bill. And all of you should stand out, should support this bill in order for it to be passed. Because when this bill is passed, it will help a lot of students. You know, some people graduated since 2014 during the Ebola crisis. They have not been able to enter in school because of financial constraint. So imagine this bill being passed and you going to take money from the government, going to school. And that's not just it, because when you credit from the government now, from my knowledge of this bill, once you take the loan from the government and you graduate, it will be the responsibility of the government to at least find you a job, or they will make sure that job will be available for graduates because they know fully well that you owe them. And once you owe them, you have to pay back. So the only means of you paying back the government is when you have a job to do. And when you are not working, it means you will not pay them back. So I think this is really, really a good bill. And all of us should support it. All of us should support it. Honorable Nesco is in the back already. We'll go to him very shortly. Madam Lorena Donke is here, but let me bring this update to very quickly from the House of Representatives today. Honorable Thomas A. Buswa, the second of Electoral District 5, Grand Bastard County, has written the House of Representatives seeking plenary indulgence to summon the Minister of Labor along with members of the Minimum Wage Board to explain the government plans regarding the enforcement and adjustment of Liberia minimum wage. This was also another good discussion that took place today in the House of Representatives. And if you follow their session today, you get to know that a lot of things happening in Liberia to the commoner. When I say commoner, I'm talking about the ordinary citizen. You know, so we will have them discuss here. And the CEO is watching us this evening. Takwa B. Sewa is also watching us this evening. Takwa, welcome. Emmanuel Gay is also watching us. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. Madam Lorena, how you doing, ma'am? Welcome to the show. Let's hear you what's on your mind.
Okay, so 2 things on my mind. I will start with the most pressing one, then the urgent one. So last night, 2 panelists came on the show. First of all, let me say good evening to our listeners and our followers. Thank you for being here and thank you for following us always. But last night I was kind of disappointed. So I was not a guest last night. I have never been a guest on this platform. I'm a panelist. So during the analysis, 2 of our panelists decided to make me that target. One person said, Liberty Party women and made a press statement, I think condemning the insult annually. And then he was watching to see whether I would respond or I would condemn it. And I did not, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, I'm not the advocate for Liberty Party. I'm not even a member of Liberty Party. I have never sat in Liberty Party meeting before. And in the first place, how do I even know Liberty Party made a press statement? So how is that? How will it be saying that you will put your time to watching to see if I will condemn it? And I don't think there was a need, even if I had seen it, to condemn it. Somebody making a press statement condemning insult annually, why should I condemn it? So, and let he tell me what really he want to say. And then another person said, she's now an advocate. She let to act like she advocate, and she attacked other women. So I don't know what. And as far as I know, one of the panelists who were talking since 2017 had always attacked me. They are always insulting me only because we're on different side of the aisle. But for me, I got plenty of words. Even to say no, I got more than 50 other words that would mean no. So I got words to use instead of insulting people. I don't insult people. And the fact that I was not given the time to express that last night, I felt kind of, because maybe the listeners now are not a listener last night, so they will carry that notion. So I don't back wrong. But what some people expect of us is that we should be coming on the platform and be talking against people as they are doing, attacking people's personality. I will not do that. And then another thing on my mind is that the last time Honorability appeared on the show, he closed up by saying if there was a, how you call this thing, on the survey, popularity, why he's more popular than the sitting vice president. And how you call the political advisor to have been saying that recently on Facebook. I saw it this evening. So I'm kind of wondering if representability want to be a rep or vice president or a president. Because I think his target is being missed. Because the vice president is the vice president. He's not contesting in 2029 to be a president, at least not now. So if you want to go into popularity contest, you should be measuring arm with Ambassador Bouaka, former President Weah, Mr. Alexander Cummings, because those are the people you are on path with. But to leave them and then coming to say popular more than the vice president is a complete attack. And people who have been saying, oh, you're attacking the man because of this, because of that, I hope they can also see it and say, no, you are missing target. You want to be a president, the vice president is a vice president, so you cannot be going to popularity contest with him, going to contest with Cummings, with President Bouaka. And those are the people, how you call him, Sir Joseph, those are the people who are opting for that position. But the vice president doing it well when he pass it, when the president say, get it, say that, he goes for his session, he presents what the Senate. How is it possible to get into popularity contest? Honorability, you are running too much. Some of the things that come, the backlash you receive is because you are saying you miss your own target. The vice president is your brother. Your target is not him because he's not running for the presidency. So please rearrange your arrow, rearrange your strategies, your approaches, and then you can launch your pre-campaign attacks. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you so much, Madam Lorena. Thank you very, very much. Sometimes the show get heated like that, but I know you are really, really strong and you endure these things. So we really appreciate you. Nesco, you are in the back. If you're listening to us, please enable your camera so we can bring you on, because the platform doesn't allow people to come on without a camera, and your device is not connected either, so we cannot bring you on. Please enable your camera so we can bring you on. Now, the issue of the Liberty Party women in America making a press statement, I believe that it is their right, and they had the right to make a press statement at any point in time. But I too had a little bit of disappointment there when some training issues happening in the country recently. A little girl who has been victimized. That girl is not going to school. She cannot go among her friends because of that stigma of rape being on her. And the deputy minister for youth and sport, and now the police inspector general is saying there is no DNA testing machine in the country. Therefore, they cannot do any tests. They are seeking international tests to come and do it on that on the minister. Now, this is the time that the women grouping should come outside. That's my only regret. There were exchanges on social media, which I do not support in any way, for a lady to insult her fellow lady. When that thing was happening between Mariah Yakula and the other lady, you, Lorena, you came on here and then you condemned the lady for going after Mariah, which you are on record for that. And I definitely believe that if you have saw that press release from the Liberty Party women in the US, you would have made your independent statement about it too. But they show sometimes it's political. People try to drag you into things that you are not into. So I don't think you should hold it against any of us that might take you politically a little bit. But again, that's the show. Nesco, you just joined us again, but your camera is not enabled. I don't know what is going on. So I believe that the women grouping in Liberia, the youth grouping, and the children's parliament, this is the number one arm of the children within the country. But they are no longer functional. I don't know what is happening. When people were serving in those positions before, there were critical children that used to speak out on issues for their fellow children. But now it is not happening. This is almost like the Soweto saga in South Africa that happened against children. So if a child is victimized and the Ministry of Gender cannot bring the children parliament outside to advocate for their fellow child, then it becomes embarrassing. It becomes disheartening. It's bad for us. It's bad for our country. How many people are currently behind bars without any other DNA testing? Tell me, how many accused of rape that are currently behind bars without being tested? But because in the case of Deputy Minister, we need DNA machine, and now they are saying there is no DNA machine within the country. So that means they had to go back. They had to go buy one of them to bring it. But again, that's what I want to say on that issue. Today, our honorables then went for session, and there were a lot of bills. A lot of communication to the Senate. The House of Representatives. And one of those bills, one of those communication caught my attention, and that has to do with the communication from Grand Jida County District Number 2 Representative Marie G. Johnson. She submitted a communication today to the House of Representatives to enact a legislation titled An Act Establishing Student Loan for Higher Education. Now, what this means is that, okay, Nesco is here. Nesco is here. Good evening, Chief. How are you doing this evening? You are muted. Can you please unmute yourself? Yeah, his network battle. His network.
Is he in Morovia?
I don't know where he's joining us from this evening, but I'm pretty sure he might be in Monrovia. And so the bill today, I think you got more ideas on this. That's why I'm bringing it up. You live in the U.S. It's in the U.S. that we mostly hear about student loan, people taking student loan to repay after graduation and all of that. Nesco, welcome back to the show, Chief. Wow. This will be difficult. Let's take this break and we'll be back. Let me see what is happening.
What you call dress? In your old age bleaching, they say dress. In your old age bleaching, they say dress. Yeah, you saw that dress. What's the way to that? You better hear what you bleaching. You better hear what you bleaching. Forest man like you. For God, you don't make one like you. I like that. Okay, I want to car. Somebody. What you call dress? In your old age bleaching, they say dress. In your old age bleaching, they say dress. Yeah, you saw that dress. What's the way to that? You better hear what you bleaching. You better hear what you bleaching. Forest man like you. For God, you don't make one like you. I like that. Okay, I want to car. I
And so the house can be funny sometimes, you know. I like the way the men can be going after each other. Sarity, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing?
Thank you, Junior. Good evening,
It's
and good evening to Sis Lorena.
it's good having you on here. Let's hear you what's on your mind, and after that, I beg you, you can please check up on our guest. He's trying to join, but I think his network is giving problem. Let's try to know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, basically, there are a lot of training issues in the country, and what I would like to touch on is the issue with currently we have the team from the Ministry of Finance, Public Works, and the LEC managing director. They are currently in Washington, and as you may be aware, the current management of LEC is doing pretty well since his ascendancy. And we also have one of our trained engineer, also a very renowned and very trained, Mr. Thomas Conqueron, who hails from Zosea Plupure Dia. He's been a long-term engineer and I mean very prolific. So along with the team from the Ministry of Finance and others, they signed 23.5 million, due yesterday that is meant to enhance supply of electricity across the country. As you may be aware, currently the electricity component of our country now, to some extent, it has extended at least gradually in Riverside, Bassa. To the last time we checked, it was in Yakbastan. If you ever been to Riverside, and currently it has Sesto and is moving to the southeast. So I think the 20 megawatt solar panel that is also being erected at Moncoffey is also a boost for the country and the economy, because electricity is very key. Even the internet, the reason why you see all those things happening is if we don't have electricity, the issue of internet it could also be a challenge. That's why you see even the introduction of the Starlink. If you don't have constant electricity, it's a challenge. So in the economy, electricity is very important, because even you can do your cool water business, your SQA, and a lot of businesses that is connected to the LEC, popularly as we call it in Liberia. So, I mean, gradually we are getting there. And the other thing is to just close on about the bridge that Honorability is about to construct in Bonkante. I think it's a laudable venture beyond politics. But, people, everything, I think the society we live in now is being polarized by politics, I would say. Because the statutory and fiduciary responsibility of the public works, there are division that is responsible for zoning and the technical aspect of construction. So the Ministry of Public Works asks the CMC or the Ability Foundation, whosoever that is doing a project, to present a blueprint. And a blueprint, in it all, it requires the technical specification that has to do with what type of material and you will use, during the construction period. But sadly, people are also taking it to be political, maneuvering. But that's the country we live. Even you, Gian, as a person, by law, when you are about to erect, a building, the zoning law people from the public works should give you go ahead. You give them the specification and where you even want to, construct. But it's a kind of strange phenomenon for our country, where you see governance is at a peak now in terms of regulation, and so some of these things, when it's happening, people take it to be political stuff. Because the bridge you're talking about around 500,000 per the estimate, the projection from the CMC. So it's a huge investment. So how lasting it will be, and how durable and sustainable it will be, I think that's the key thing. So for me, in my mind, I think the government took a very bold step, even moving forward. Whether it be representative humanitarian project and what have you, there should be submission to the government to review to know the quality of such project, so that it won't be a threat, a life threatening, and stuff to the people. So I mean, basically for me, that's what I have on my mind for now. And let me check on our guest to see whether he's at the back.
Yeah, he keep joining, but his camera is off. His device not connected to his camera nor his mic, so
Yeah,
we cannot bring him on.
let me get back to him. Maybe he can restart the phone.
Mhm.
Let me get back to him.
He
Okay.
can use computer. He can use computer will be okay. Maybe some phone don't have Google Chrome, so he can get them talk time.
So I mean, DK, welcome to the show. It's great having you on here tonight. But before we go to DK, Sewete said something that caught my attention, that bridge project in Bond County. By law, every other project in the country, you should submit a blueprint, and you should also make the blueprint public for people to see. So, for example, if you're constructing a road, you need to, put that blueprint on the road, on the various highways or within a town, and then you specify all of the things you will be doing on that road. Like, for example, when the project starts, when it's expected to finish, how it should look when it finishes, and all of that should be specified on the blueprint. But sadly enough, the government itself has not been doing that. The government herself has not been doing that. The road from Ganta to Sanikole, I remember that time we raised issue. We raised issue with the city mayor, we raised issue with public work, that you cannot remove the trees that are making the city beautiful. And they said the construction work requires the trees to be removed. We demanded that we needed to see a blueprint of that road project from Ganta to Sanikole, and that blueprint was not submitted. It was not shown to the public until that project left from Ganta and it arrived in Sanikole. So I think Siawete will say this is not politics, but I think it is politics. I want to believe that it is politics. The road leaving from Ganta to Sekle or to Tapeta, have you seen any blueprint on that road? That the government put a blueprint on that road, and when you go in, you will see that, okay, this is the road they are constructing. When you finish, this is how it's supposed to look. This is it's a good idea. It's great.
I try to be brief. I thought the local
Jim, sorry, it's me. Sorry.
Yeah, so Wallo is here, but I don't know what happened to the camera again. I think Wallo got a problem with his internet. Yeah, Wallo got a serious problem with the internet. So the issue of blueprint, for me, I think it is political, even though it is.
John, 1 minute, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just spoke to our other guest. I think he's on his way from school, so he said he's 10 minutes away from his home. So maybe once Wallo is joining us, we'll begin with him, and we'll continue from there.
Wallo is having serious network problem, as you can see on the screen. Is it keep yeah.
Yeah. So that keep going. They will join us.
Yeah. So like I was saying, the law requires that, but the government is not being abiding by it. How many people in Liberia that are building houses, especially those ones that are built on the main road that goes to submit the blueprint to Ministry of Public Works? How many of them? People take reckless structure and place it on the main road when the law stipulates specific building to be at specific places. You have been in East Africa, you know how construction is done. Even a little kitchen, when you are building it, you will have to put a blueprint on the wall. You have to fence that entire place to build that project. But then in Liberia, we have the same law, but it's not being implemented. And this is coming to the public now because an individual wanted to construct a bridge, and you tell the man to bring blueprint, which is nice. But I think it should go across. The government itself should start with herself. All of the road that they are constructing, they should carry the blueprint there. Sometimes there are, engineer mistake. We don't know. An example is that Baden Bridge. Many of you, when you see that road when they were being constructed, that Baden Bridge, you realize that the men had to do it more than 3 times. They had to construct it more than 3 times because of engineer mistake. More than 3 times. So this shouldn't be unique to vulnerability. It should go across. The government should start with herself. That's what I wanted to say on that issue. So DK, welcome. How you doing, Chief? When you start in the gym?
Hey, thank you. You know, I was sure last night I didn't know that it was going to last that long. I saw you guys were up late. Then from there, I saw the lone female panelists were firing. She almost wrote a dissertation in the chat. I said, "Yeah, this is the Lorena I know." Anyway, you guys are welcome. Lorena, what happened to your current? Your playground died. Is that LEC? So yeah. So let me say that phone you can be put in your ear. I got the moment I see that phone in your ear, I say, "Hey, if I was calling her to get your instruction." so we're not hearing you.
You mute her. We're not hearing you.
I said, if he the one can give me instruction, then he gives me good instruction then.
Yeah, so the only thing is try you get some kind of earpiece. It will be okay when I see you then I can say.
I don't know why I'm used to that earpiece business. I can just feel that something join my ear. Come and give me.
Everybody can know that you're talking to somebody because when you come from that phone, anything you say, it will almost be that the person's opinion.
Look at I can't be talking to people that the first thing. Look at the other.
So anyway, you guys, thank you for always maintaining the ground. Like I always give it to you, man. Sometimes you can get heated, and you almost every day here. So that's good of you. Let them maintain that. It's sometimes good the way you can voice it out, so it can also be okay. So sometimes when you mad with us, you voice it out. I read all that thing I wanted to reach out. I said, leave Lorena. And you'll be reaching out to Lorena every day. So that's how the show's supposed to be. Sometimes Gianna not correct. Just voice it out, that deal with him and that. See everything. What is happening today, your NDRO people? They made a vaccine, they all the country to them. They can't even connect on internet.
Zosa in the next 10 minutes, so he's driving
That's
going home.
What I can say that BBT now finishing off on that they dismissing.
Don't reach over here to know. Yeah.
You know, yeah. The minute I had to wake up Senator Johnson body that day. So he was like, there are certain things that you do in a professional way, a certain environment, you don't necessarily have to speak. Yeah. So I know they were flexing their political muscle. But thankfully, they said the vice president is paying him the same money NSA were giving him, which is good for him. Yeah. But I really felt when they dismissed him because he was even using a calibrator to grade a community role. That was good on him. But since they fire him, I'm not seeing the calibrator again. So
he's actually a good young man, actually.
Yeah.
He just got it.
Why you say everything? You can say anything.
Oh, he's good.
The new thing I noticed, I don't know whether it's true that you and Lorena can is like all of you who support the government and the vice president, that they're recording you people now. They look at the post, the comment you got made, and the screenshot it. There's a database set.
But do you know I'm a critical voice now?
Around the vice president that they can review everything you're saying, everything you guys read. But when I came, I'm recording to the man because I can come here and talk my thing. I call the man in there, we talk our thing. Yeah, the vice president know that I'm not correct in my head. So yeah, I know that. Anyway, you're welcome. Lorena, is there any way that you can release our platform to get more female? Maybe when
you take leave for me, then females will come.
You can leave you we'll drag you and you.
But now what you want me to do now?
I saw a lot of talking about kissing Jew. I think you better wait, yeah.
I can't be Blaze panelist or senior panelist, co-host.
But Blaze, that get
Blaze
platform.
FM.
Who will listen to you? Who will listen to you in Blaze?
What will listen to me?
The audience you get here better. You want contesting?
But you know, Blaze is in Lower Tabata and Grange there, beside Monserrado, and they got radio station.
Your district,
there's discussion group for the platform. What happened? Who on air?
Why you want contest Roger here? You are friendly with Roger. You want contest against Roger? And
I'm
see
always friendly with Roger. I always advocate on behalf of Roger, and I always been good to Roger.
But
Our Roger financial,
They said Door is telling you to focus your attention in District 7 instead of District 8.
What I can tell you is, who the court they say again tonight?
But
Instead
okay,
of they say what? Instead of they say what?
District 8.
But I've never wanted to contest in District 8. The work I'm doing District 8, I'm doing it as giving back just to the community.
But you want to contest, right?
Listen to District 8. District 8 got loud. Where got a poro in the Sunday, it got blank, poro and Sunday, it got missing on poro and Sunday. That means I come and go raise my life because of politics in the name of Jesus. I come against everybody who is the glass ceilings that I will break. Then I'm District 8. District 8 not part of it. District 8 not part of it. I put my hand up. So nobody want to tell you that thing. Like Honorable Young, I was doing that school in District 8 in Guam. People told him, he reached out to me. I said, oh yeah, I'm doing it because XYZ. I think he made honest. He even blacked me and all. The election that you were not going to win, that he blacked me.
But you're not going to contest because the vice president had a candidate there. So are you going to contest?
You cannot contest in that district. You two, you're getting been high. I just gave you reason why I can't contest in that district.
That the thing I want having into
that's a typical traditional district in Nima. I can never go there to contest.
The conscience there will be clashing in some district.
And the thing he will know how to settle everybody, will know how to talk to everybody. So that one, yeah.
No, but Vice President have been good at that. He always featuring 2, 3, 4 candidates in the district. So you don't
like
I know about that. No, you know, I mean, people are big before they do my own recording, they got a minute, they cutting our recording here, sending it to people. I mean, leave my people.
Florence there is contesting as well.
Oh, so
who are they Florence contesting?
They say Yatu were contesting. So McKennedy, yeah, McKennedy, you are McKennedy in District 8 and 7. So now
who's that?
Always in District 2. I'm trying to sponsor to support Ya. Yeah, Ya can make confusion with me, so our support will be reduced.
Who Ya? Why you in it?
Yeah. You know that.
Yeah, but she from District 8. They all go to District 8.
I send it good work at the woman.
What I mean, one girl send it push.
So, and Jim put that cut photo, or let's see that analyze that photo that you have to pay him more. Our district representative second time. Put that cut photo.
Man, eating a pen, oh.
So while we're waiting for the guest, I was giving what's on my mind. One of the things I said was the essence of honorability, talking about if they went for a popularity contest, he's more popular than the VP. Is he now contesting to be vice president or to be president? Why is he measuring himself with it?
They can't answer that question. We don't want hard.
No, I dare you post it on Facebook. I don't understand it. Now they say, when people say he attacking, these are some of the things that prove they are saying. Because I would want to be SG of maybe an organization. Then I'm talking about attacking the accountant. And the accountant, I'm qualified in the accountant. Why I can't say I'm qualified in the SG, the other SG? So I mean, my lawmaker needs to slow down. You need to be coming down. Yeah, because the VP is doing the work that the people elected him to do, help the president, reside over the Senate. Then, ploop, you join, say, when you do popularity contest, the popular money here. I don't know, Porto, where I say, instead of saying no cheat, they were not looking corrupt because they may, it's not running for the presidency, but they're running with it too.
Now, let me say something a little bit to that. When Bedete appeared here the other day, he was saying something in regards to the banner, the printer. And then he made emphasis to the One Nima agenda story that has been going around. He said, if this One Nima agenda is for presidency, which I don't believe so, because the vice president is doing his work. If it is for presidency and I'm contesting and my brother, the vice president, contesting, then there will be one suggestion I will make. Let them go do a popularity contest. And if he wins, I will back off. If I win, he should back off. So I don't think he was actually making.
He didn't stop that, Junior. He said I am more popular than the vice president, and people have been writing. He didn't just stop there. He went further. Look for that clip and play it.
Okay, I will find it.
Yeah, he didn't stop there. Even talk about bringing international pool to do the survey, and he will pay because he know he's most popular than the vice president. So I mean, so all these things are not necessary. You know, the reconciliation, it doesn't have to come from one side. Everybody has to contribute.
You went off camera. You went off camera. Okay, great.
I forgot.
So while we try to get caught up picture today.
Which picture again? What in there?
No, you know, the man was in session today for the second time, and his posture during the session. DK want to put it up. So
my man, lead our representative. Please lead our representative. I beg you.
So you'll be posting a session picture every day?
Yeah, but we're highlighting our display now.
Anyway. We're not quite in bed. We just advising him to slow down.
So why we await the guests today, the representative of District 2, Grand Judea County, Marie G. Johnson, I wrote the plenary an act to establish the student loan for higher education in Liberia. Now, I know DK, you know about student loan, you know how it operates. And she stressed that many Liberians who have graduated before are not going to school because of some financial constraint. So in as much as the government is also giving free education to students, there are some students who want to seek higher education abroad. Some of them too want to go to different institutions, and they do not necessarily want to go to government institutions. So with the student loan, when you take it, after you graduated and then you have obtained a job from the government or from a company, you will be able to pay the government back. Now, I want you to analyze this because you people know about it, how it operates, and give us your honest opinion about it. Let's start with you, Madam Lorena, because I know you got more idea on how student loan operates, whether this is a good communication or not.
It is a good communication. The question is, are we as a nation ready for that? Are we as a nation? Our annual budget is not even 900 million. So we are going the 8-day going budget year, right? This budget year. So with the kind of way our system is set up, where somebody need can be doing it today, 2 weeks from now, the person say that name may say, and that person is moving freely. They even go get birth certificate, go get new passport. So I don't know what mechanism are put in place, but in the US, if you have a social security, for those who got social security from birth, number from birth, and those who got it, maybe after you apply, other legality and you got it, your social security is unique to you. It doesn't change. So we got social security number here. I know at one time when I used to work with Equip, where they came to do verification, NASCAR, and someone they put out in the hall with all, they have been cutting their money every month, but they were not in NASCAR system. So the first thing the lawmaker should be talking about is building that system, policy. Because and then the student loan again is, even in America, the student loan is just for you to set it within America. And they got the financial aid. The financial aid mostly for where you and then they got a loan, especially when you're a graduate student, you take a loan where maybe if you say you want 40,000, But it also has to do with your credit, sometimes depending on the source of that loan, and collateral or co-signer, all those things involved. And with the student loan, what I remember from my experience, for example, my fees was I think 59,000, and I got 18,000, how you call it, or 18,000 scholarship from the asset I took part in and one on maternal newborn mortality in the US. So I got 18,000. I got a prior email sent to me to prove that our librarian can challenge you from there, and she can come number one. So if you deduct that from my school fee, so the balance one. So I think you do your financial aid process. The money, the school fee is not given to you. It with the school. So if the balance change to the 2,000, if you have a bank information on file, the school deposit that money in your account, the balance money in your account every quarter, because my school was a quarterly base. Or if you don't have they suddenly do your check and mail it to your address on file. So we don't have all the systems. So it's a good thing. I wouldn't just say no, it's not a good thing, but we need to work on all the systems that will enable people to pay. Because train somebody to go to school, get a bachelor, get a master, go to in Guinea and working, even change their name, say that name Zephaniah. So we should work on all those systems that now there is nobody who in the US the last 4 digits of social security, no two person can have the last 4 digits of social security. DK know that. So we're not ready for it, but it's a good thing. But we need to start working on the system that will make us to be fully ready for it. That's what I would say about that. But I want to applaud her, especially being a woman, to have that thought, because she know what will go through a woman to send children to school. Paying children school fee. I got 3 people in college, and not easy. So I know she know what she understands what she meant. But the system to have that functional, we need to start working on that system. Maybe that's what I would say.
Thank you. TK, let's say you want to keep having an internet problem. Once he joins us, we'll get to him.
But if we continue, we can have him by phone so that the next guest they can like interrupt each other.
I think the both of them coming to speak on the same issue. Go ahead, DK.
Junior, you can't get water. That water saying a photo will pull him up. Why Emmanuel? If Emmanuel, the thing is that we just
Yeah, that's what I think.
Whether Emmanuel will join via the video, but I don't know Wallow position what vice chair.
Yeah, so see how it is. Maybe you can
that's
tell
what
Wallo
I
to call me.
but if the two of them appear on video, that will be difficult. But I can send our photos so that we can put it on while he speaks to us.
Yeah, let's do that.
So is Mark Cato back in Liberia now?
Yes.
See, beginning enjoying you from Uganda to San Nicolas. Major in all the capital.
So
Kampala to San Nicolas.
the men that left all here, they ran away. Yeah. Okay, I think it's okay. Finally.
Yeah, you can be.
Let's go. Are you hearing us?
Party and
yes, I'm getting you. I hope you're getting me as well.
Yeah, we are getting you. We hope and pray that your network will be stable tonight so we can have this conversation. It's good having you on the show here, and we are glad for you to join us here tonight. Because of time, let's just jump into the conversation. Let's get to know your name, a little bit of your family background, your educational background, and then your professional experience. Just start with the conversation from that side too.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm glad to be on this show tonight. I think after the 2023 elections and the situation in Zwale, this is my first time coming to the public to make my voice heard. And then this is also another opportunity, at least for me to introduce myself better to some of my Nima brethren who really think that we need appropriate introduction, because last night when my brother Kuyongpa was giving his side of the story, my brother Mark Bloom said, why will you, a Kuyongpa, allow a wallow to jump on you in Zwale? If you are happy in love play, it would have been a different thing, you know. He said, a man from Sino, you know, so, you know, there's debate about Sino, I mean, about where you from. Each time I go to Nimba, even when Senator Johnson was alive, that debate has always been there. So I think this is a very good platform for me to introduce myself appropriately to my brethren from Nimba. My name is Neosco Alio Macador Wallo. I'm from Campley City, in Nimba County. My mother is from Zaule, precisely Loguatuo. I was reared in Loguatuo. This is my relationship from Campley. My father is from Campley. My father is a Campley Mandingo. His name was Ajiba Kamara. His mother's name was Kayema Tuolu, a daughter of Tuo, one of the sons of Campley. And my grandfather's name was Mamandi. My uncle's name was Mamadi Kipayo. Many people around there in Campley at the time in the 80s, 70s, they knew him for his involvement into transportation. I have family in Bioganagle. I have family in Bailey. But I did not actually grow up there. You know, during the war, when the war came, my family is one of the family that was victimized because my grandfather was killed around the Vinegley belt in Nimba, and one of my uncle was killed in Campley. In fact, my grandfather, one of his wife by the name of Matoma, when he was killed, according to information, one man in Vinegley called John Mia. John Mia took her and he was taking care of her, and she just died with him some 3-4 years ago in the place there. So after that happened, when my mother decided to take me to her parents in Loguatuo, when we get to Loguatuo, at that time my name was Aliu Kamara, my late brother name was Seku Kamara, my late sister name was Matoma. But because of the situation of our family, when we get to my mother people place, so they decided to change my Aliu Kamara name to Nesco Alio Wallo, because the Wallo is my mother brother who educated me. So my little brother whose name was Seku, they changed it to Chuku. And my little sister whose name is Matoma was changed to Mambi to allow us to survive. So that's how we went to school using our mother's parents' name. And then the name bears all of our documents up to today's day. That's how the Wallo came about. My family was established right on Gwene. Currently, because Gwen is not there again, so the family has moved a little bit down in Kankwara. My uncle, who I'm named after, Uncle Alio, is still in Campley now. He is a theater. I'm the first person from my family lineage to be involved with these public issues. So because of the kind of experience my family had during the war, so at times I don't like to go there. But since we are challenged every time in Nimba, because our last name does not look Gio or minor, so people try to challenge where we come from and maybe making statements like, if a son of man cannot do this, I will, you know. So that's why I thought to say this. So my name is Nesco Alio Wallo. I was born on July 10, 1985. I'm from Campley. I'm a Gio Mandingo. I'm a Christian, and the only vernacular that I speak is the Gio vernacular. I earned a Master of Arts degree in International Relations from the University of Liberia. I earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology and Political Science from the University of Liberia. I earned a postgraduate certificate in Forensic Science from the National Forensic Sciences University in India. And I earned another postgraduate certificate in Intelligence Science at the Intelligence Science and Security Study Institute in Kairos, Egypt. Professionally, I have been a professional law enforcement officer, and I have about 16 years experience in law enforcement. I have been fortunate to serve the Republic of Liberia through the National Security Agency, where I rose to the rank of being the chief for Military Intelligence Branch, Republic of Liberia. I rose to the rank of the chief of Lee War Operations, Republic of Liberia. And later on, I was appointed by the President Boakai as the assistant director for operations of the National Security Agency. I've had the opportunity to represent Liberia at multilateral and bilateral conferences, get at international, regional, and national security. And the most recent one was the Africa Serbia conference that was held in Belgrade, Europe, this gone December. So that was the most recent one. That is my job experience. And so I'm glad to be with you today to share my own experience with you and to listen with you. So as I go further, I would like to come a bit with my intervention with Senator Johnson, because last night my brother Kuyongpa was making mockery out of me because of the president expelled me from government during Senator Johnson's burial, and so he was making mockery out of it. So I just want to tell all of you, our brethren, my experience with Senator Johnson. After my mother took me to exile to her father, we crossed Logato, we were somewhere they call Binta, and I was there with my mother, father, when I was 10 years old, around 1995. And my grandfather would always pray and sing song with a man called Yelugbe. And each time my grandfather and I going to the bush, my grandfather would tell me about a Guyo man who liberated his people, a man who loved his people. So the constant, conversation my grandfather used to tell me about this man invoked that feelings of love in me for this man. So when I came to Monrovia in 2006, when I was in the 12th grade, Senator Johnson went to the TRC at the Satellite Pavilion. So I decided to go there to be able to see him for my first time in my life. This man my grandfather has always spoken about, to see him for the first time in my life. So I went at the Satellite Pavilion. I left in my uniform with my tie on my neck. I went there. I saw Senator Johnson. After that, I left and I came home. Sometimes in 2009 and 2010, Senator Johnson and the late Honorable Kwato had some problems. So the part of Johnsonville that I live, the Nima people there decided to invite Senator Johnson and Honorable Kwato to see how they can find remedy to the problem. So when they came for the reconciliation meeting, the Nima people put me forth to deliver the position statement on behalf of the Nima community. After I presented the position statement, an elderly man by the name of David Zali called me. When David Zali called me, he took me to another elderly man called Benedict Batua, and he told me that the senator wanted to talk to me. And so that's how the senator came. He asked me for my parents and we talked, and he told me he was about to form a political party called the NUDP. So he needed young people like me in the party. So that's how I came close to Senator Johnson. I started to tow his bag, tow his water, sometime around 2010. And to be very frank, my brethren, if I were a commodity, it would have been instructed on me, made by PYJ. Since I came out in life, the only elderly man I have supported is Spring Johnson, and he took me as a son. When I travel with him, I sleep in his house. Everyone in this country knows about that. And so that is a little story I want to give about myself. And I've been a professional man. Most often, when Senator Johnson is going to elections, I will always be around him to see how I can give my contribution. After that, I go back to work. So that's it. So it's good to be with you people tonight. So this is just a little thing about me I thought to share with you.
Thank you, Wallo. It's great having you on the show here tonight. All of those things you just explained, they are really, really wonderful. Before we go to this incident of Swale, let's brush around the bush first to know what happened actually before the Swale incident. When you had this relationship with Senator Johnson, at that time, were you working with NSA?
It was Senator Johnson who recommended me to NSA. This is how it all happened, right? I have come from UL campus and I decided to pass to him at his Lover Street School because I needed transportation to extend my trip back home in Johnsonville. So when I went to meet Senator Johnson, he was on the phone calling one papi they called David Dollier. David Dollier was in the police before. Now, Fumba Salif had just visited Senator Johnson and requested Senator Johnson to recommend somebody to make that person chief of training of the entity. So Senator Johnson was calling this former policeman to recommend him. So after Senator Johnson tried to call on several occasions and he could not get this man when I came, he told me to call the man. I tried calling the man, I could not get the man. And then Senator Johnson said, well, Wallo, you're just teaching. You are not working. Why can't you go to FUMA? Let FUMA employ you. I said, Senator, but I have no dream to become a security. I have no thought. He said, go. That's how he wrote, my name on a paper. He gave me FUMA number, and I went to FUMA, and they employed me, and they put me in the training department. So I was in the training department. I started to help the people when they conducting training. Small, I started to help. And later on, the chief of training at the time, he thought that he could send me for more training. So as I go for training and come back, they started to give me some professional courses, and I started to train. So that's how I received my first appointment there as a training officer. So it was actually Senator Johnson who recommended me to the National Security Agency.
No, you muted.
Okay, I think I'm getting you now.
Yeah, sorry. With all of the time that you spent at NSA, were you involved with any other political discussion prior to the death of Senator Johnson?
No.
Come.
Since I've been in NSA, I serve out of the strategic position or technocrat can serve in the operations directorate. Out of the technical positions, a technocrat can serve in the operations directorate. I serve those positions. Since I've been with the NSA, I have never been one verbally before. I have never been one by written letter before. Never.
So now, taking you to what led to your dismissal. We've heard rumors that you engage with political discussion, and that's what led to your dismissal. How true is this information?
Okay, let me give you a little background, right? Sometimes in 2022, when Senator Johnson and Senator Kun at the time decided to support the rescue mission, at that time, I was the chief for Leeward operations, supervising intelligence from 15 counties of the Republic of Liberia. So when both of them decided to support the rescue mission, Senator Johnson was a person with a security man, he had his own network. And the entire government knew that Senator Johnson and Senator Kun are my two contacts in government. So once these two persons who are my contacts in government break away from the government, setting over the intelligence sector is a threat because there was a lot of suspicion. So because of this, I did the honorable thing by resigning. So I resigned from the from the National Security Agency. When I resigned from the National Security Agency, some of our brethren from NIMBA, they accused me, they went to George Weah, and they accused me that I resigned to purchase gun because Senator Johnson wanted to bring war. Senator Johnson, the vice president, wanted to be war. At the time, the vice president was a senator. So they lied on my name. So living in Monrovia was threatening to me. So the House Senator Johnson told me I should move to NIMBA. So I moved to NIMBA with him. I left my family in Monrovia. I moved to NIMBA. I was in NIMBA for 7 months with Senator Johnson, living with him in the fence there. So when I was in NIMBA, I was performing both the duty of his PRO and supervising his security detail. After the elections, the former NSA director called me, and he told me that the election is gone. I believe it was because of the surrounding threat that you resigned. But we need you back into the service. So he reinstated me into the service. When he reinstated me into the service, I was in the service when President Boyka appointed me as assistant director for operations. But brother, this is a situation with Senator Johnson and I, situation during his funeral. Senator Johnson, of the 19 years he spent with us in post-war Liberia, I spent 16 years with him. I'm 40 years old now. When I went to Senator Johnson, I was 24 years old. He mentored me. He took me as a child. Even today, his children, all of them visit me. They take me as their brother. We got emotionally attached. So to see Senator Johnson casket laying down that day, look, I went to Europe. I spent days in Europe when Senator Johnson Bale was down. My brother, I could not sleep. I could not sleep. Because the night Senator Johnson died, Senator Johnson called me. And Senator Johnson and I talked. And Senator Johnson told me, come to the house early in the morning, let's conclude. When I was going to see Senator Johnson in the morning, that's how I was told that he dropped and they rushed into the hospital. When I went to the hospital, I saw Dr. Wilhelmina Jala. So when she took me there, by that time, he was still sweating. I touched him. I normally call him JYP and he respond PYJ. So I touched him JYP, he couldn't talk. That's how I called the vice president. I told the vice president the papi died. And the vice president said, but the papi and I would just talk last night. I said, I'm right over his body. Then he told me, but then remain there, I'm coming. You know? So, brother, for us to see Senator Johnson Bale laying down like that what moved me in my spirit to recount some of the conversation, you know, he held with me. You know, that's what really happened. Because he was a fatherly figure to me. The time that I spent with Senator Johnson, I didn't spend it with my biological father. You know? So it was that feelings that provoked me, you know, to recount some of the situation, you know, some of the things he actually told me. That's what happened. But since I've been in the intelligence sector, I've represented them in Liberia, outside Liberia. I've been there 16 years. I rose from agent to training officer to chief of military intelligence, chief of field operation, and assistant director for operations. When you go to the place there, the people there will tell you about my record. But it was just an unfortunate situation. It was just an emotional error. But what I did over there was no way against the intelligence norm. I did not, in intelligence science, there is a crime called leakage of information. What I did over there did not contravene any act in intelligence science. It was just an emotional error because I saw my daddy laying down, you know, that way. That's how I was provoked emotionally.
So now, was it because of this incident that occurred that led to you being removed from NSA, or it was something previous that happened? Because if you say this was not anything leakage of information, but they remove you based on those things, now that get us confused and the listeners too confused.
That was the only thing that happened. You know, for the time we've been in public service for, I've been in public service for 16 years and occupying sensitive position in the security sector. When that situation happened, all of the media in the Republic discussed it for 2 weeks. If there were any other thing that the Liberian people knew about me, they were going to say it. If there were any other thing they knew about me, they were going to say it. Even if there were any other thing the security sector knew about me, it would have come, you know, to defend it. But there was nothing. The only situation I just been there, and I can tell you, you know, the system there is a very nice system. I mean, it's a nice system. It is our system. Sometimes these things happen, but we're talking, and very soon everything is going to be fine.
So with those statements that you made during the funeral, opposition have taken it and they have kept it to use it probably 2029, and they are also using them now. Do you in any way mean those things that you said during Senator Johnson funeral?
Brother, Senator Johnson said to us that when I was fighting, when I think about what I went through to free my people during the war, and Liberian politicians always on me with this war crankle. You understand? Look, brother, let's be very frank. Right? Do you not have a record of Senator Johnson complaining on Darius DeLong? Eh? Didn't you see senators, the Senator Yomli, representative like Funati Kofa, them pushing it, doing the George Weah government? Didn't you see the people pushing it, doing the Madam Sally government? Didn't you see? So if Senator Johnson says politicians, since Senator Johnson entered the Liberian political field in 2005, there has been the major issue there. And each time they talk about the war crime code from regime to regime, it is tied around him. You know, so if Senator Johnson says Liberian politicians, since 2005, you and I are evidence that Liberian politicians have been on this thing. So to say Liberian politician, it doesn't in any way means anybody. Because since 2005, Senator Johnson, this issue of war crime business, they are always tied to him. Politicians use it to provoke him. All of these things since 2005. We saw that during the Madam Salif regime. We saw that during the George Weah regime, and so forth. And that's actually what he said.
Thank you. I will stop here. I know DK will hit the issue of Swale, so let me turn over to DK to ask 2 questions. And after DK, we'll go to Siawete. You know, there were things said here last night about you and Emmanuel Zor. So Emmanuel is here, and we will ask Emmanuel his side of the story of what happened. But before we do that, let DK come in to start the question with you. After DK, we'll go to Siawete. From Siawete, we go to our brother Josiah Busset Jr. and then Mana Lorena. If you are there, you can come on camera. Let's hear you, DK.
John, thank you. The two guests we have today, I know them personally, and so yesterday I know they wanted to make some clarity, and my suggestion to them was it was better to come, give them at least 2-3 hours to explain themselves better, so that it can be. Emmanuel, put your phone, put your something on mute, or else we'll take you from our studio here. We'll deal with water that. Yeah. So thank you, John. Before we go to Wallo, I want us to deal with them equally. So you can do similar thing with Emmanuel, then you flow like that, and with them, whether it meet the panelists approval. Beyond that, welcome Josiah. NDRO, we've been looking for somebody to come and represent your party on this platform. We have somebody here from Sir Joseph, and we have somebody here who is a Kun Shen. And so we want somebody from your NDRO. Whether you stay as this, you can send somebody very good to represent your party here.
What do they call Kun Shen again? What is Kun Shen?
There you go.
But Zoe is a vice chair from MDRO.
No, Zola minister, you can't put him in trouble. Yeah, so go to him, John, and deal with them like that. From there, we'll go to the Zor issue and go around the 2023 elections and everything Kuyongpa said about the two fellows are here tonight.
Okay, great. So, Honorable Zor, it's good having you on the show tonight. Let's start the conversation with your name, where you hail from, your educational background, your professional experience. If you're not married, we get some of our juniors can be listening. They can slide in people's inbox. So you tell them you're not married, they will come in your inbox. But let's hear you, Chief. That was just a little fun. You are muted. Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to the platform guests. And it's a pleasure to have me on your show tonight. My name is Emmanuel Kinzo Jr. I'm from Sanikore Mine. My forefather came from Bozople. They settled in Sanikore Mine, Yapia Mine, Duogbia. There where my father grew up, and I was born in Sanikore. I started my primary education in Sanikore, New Sanikore pre-primary and elementary school. Later, he wrote at the SDA school in Sanikore, Shady Air Harrison Memorial High School. There when I graduated. When I graduated,
I must protect you on the platform tonight because you are a veteran alumni of Mama Shelley and also Sanikore First Primary School. That's the two schools I graduated from. So I got
then when I allow you to host the show tonight.
No, you got to permit me to host the show, Chief.
So when I graduated, I attended few courses with the search sponsored by Cesar Anthony Sona Gipio Wilson. There I studied decision making, peer pressure, and I did critical thinking. And I left from there. I came to Monrovia to achieve quality education. I first sat for the entrance UL. I did the 2 courses and I failed in mathematics. So I was asked to do remainder. Then I later sat for Zion entrance and I was successful. I started with AME Zion University. There I served as the scholarship director, and later I became the chief justice for the SUG. Then subsequently I became the president for the NIMBA students. And then in 2014, 2013, 2014, by a senate clause, I became the acting president for the New Onema University Student Association, where I served as president. DK was there, and other guys were there to gather in the process. And God could have it. We graduated from the institution. Then I did a few courses in Morocco that have to do with drug protection. I came back, I did a few courses, and I went to few certificates around, and I came back. And now I'm studying police administration, criminal justice masters at the AM Izan University. And I'm the president for the SDA Alumni Association there, where we are helping our brothers and sisters. We're trying to set a record and to impact life, to be able to reach out to the most needed. And now I'm the assistant minister for labor standard at the labor ministry. A few things. I serve as the legal assistant at the National Bureau of Construction. My immediate boss is Councilor Bako, Alison Bako, and I later joined the post office. Senator Johnson recommended me to Congress. Well, this time I received a telephone call from Senator Johnson. He phoned Adialo Wilfred Bangura and said to him he wanted me to go to Congress to serve as one of the directors. That was in 2018. And then Melvin Yuru, being your friend, brother, he said he wanted me to work with him. He wanted me to go with him. So I saw myself at the post office, wherein I served as a security for some time, inspector for years. And then later, I was promoted. I served as the Inspector General Post and Telecommunication. So currently, I'm the National Vice Chair for Interparty MDR. Thank you. I have 2 children. I'm not married yet, but I'm engaged. I have 2 kids. I have my daughter, Vera Zor, and my son, Emmanuel Flores Kinzo Jr.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I really, really appreciate you. Now, this entire conversation centered around SORT. I don't want to take you to politics because maybe your area you serve currently do not, ask you to do those things or political discussion. We don't want you to be the NESCO, so we don't want to go into the political side. We don't want to go into the political side of the discussion. But then I would want to start with you with this question. Give us the total breakdown of what happened in ZOR in your involvement.
You see, whenever this conversation come about, it remind me of the past. So it gave me negative reflection. I've been traumatized from that incident. I found it difficult to recover. But for the sake of this conversation and this platform, I would just explain a few things that for the public to be able to understand. Kuyangba is a brother to me. Maybe he said on your show, because I did not really follow the show. Kuyangba and myself, we were brothers and we are brothers. This is a fellow that we ate together. We socialize together. Kuyangba go to my house at any time, have fun. I go to the house anytime, have fun, eat and do everything. In fact, we do everything in common as friends and brother. Kuyangba would never go to Nima without carrying me. I would never go to Nima without carrying Kuyangba. So that's a cordial relationship this guy and I had. So the first incident between Kuyangba and the late May, so rest in peace, Senator Johnson. He said Senator Johnson called on the media. Senator, Kuyangba and I, every day Kuyangba used to go to Senator Johnson, how they used to sit and have conversation. He one person that Senator Johnson respected, so at a certain point of time, Senator Johnson, before Senator Johnson make a decision, he will call that young man. I want you to be honest and say it. So that's a relationship they had. So when we went to Zorgowi, a little boy was in the circle disrespect Senator Johnson. He was already planning that he wanted to slap Senator Johnson. So when we left from there, I called him and I explained to him, he said, yeah, we're lucky. Like just small one you're seeing there. We already have conversation. We met as a brother. He called me. He wanted me to support the CDC. They try. I said to him, no, I cannot do this. What is so what donor is my cursing? We cursing. What was a minister at post office. He wanted me to go with him too. I said, no, I will stay with Jerry. I will stay with my party. So when we left, Grandpa called me to the God I pray to. I want him to be honest and say this exact thing I'm about to say. Grandpa called me that evening around 8. I was driving from the VP farm. So when I parked the car, he said, you alone? I said, yes. I said, what's up, brother? He said, hey, your brother, there's Jaguar. I quoted him. Hey, your brother? I said, yes, brother. He said, when I tell you something, you will listen to me? I said, I will listen to you. He said, if you love your life, don't go Zwale tomorrow. We had a conversation for over 15, 20 minutes. What do we on the car? Let's go over there. That's why. Then I said to him, if for any reason you will save life, say for the sake of my brother Emmanuel, I can't do this. But trust me, I will be on the show tomorrow. I will be on the team. I will enter Zwale. Zwale is your home. We are going there to campaign. He said, don't say, I'll tell you. I will call you Omar and tell you Omar. Here now we're only back and forth using F word. Normally that's the normal joke. That's how we talk. That's how we communicate. Oh, this. Then Wallo talk the phone for me. Wallo said, Kriyongba will be there tomorrow. He said, who's that? He said, Wallo. He said, don't try it. We had an argument for over 15, 20, 30 minutes. Left. When we enter in Zogowi, the atmosphere wasn't that friendly. So we started driving, we went around Guaguato, we will give from Guaguato, we turn in, we use the bushway to enter Zwale. Every December, sending photo, the people got a photo that can come out. You see the guy dusty say, oh, you want to spy on New Year. Ain't no how you can be, right? The guy who came from that place, I think they say he was what the guy named? Naked gay driver at that time. When the guy came, when I saw the guy, my brother, you could not recognize that guy's face. They beat on the man. When you could see the man's face. So fear, our friend, I said, no, I can't go to that time. We talked for over 10, 15 minutes. What motivated me? Said, go. That's what happened. I called Kriyongba, he refused to pick a call. So we entered the time. When we entered that time, it was a ghost scam. What really grabbed my attention in all of our activities, the trade that we made, the police officer, the convoy was the first everywhere before. But entering Zwale, we were the first, and the police took 45 minutes after the operation. They all came in. I wish that every one of them magazine, they all even took a magazine. So when we got to the town, the first person I saw, I'll mention their name. Kriyongba driver, AB. AB knew me very well. AB was sitting right on the Palawa hut. When we enter, 2 other persons, one older man and one older lady, 2 of them were there. The only 2 persons who saw in our town. So we turned the car. They call Sandy. It's in the States in Minnesota. Is it Moses Sandy? I will reference him. She's also called to get started the story. Moses Sandy were also there.
Yeah, so Emmanuel network is bad. But DK, let's
go to Wallo. Emmanuel network is bad. Wallo can pick up from there. I said,
yeah, so you hit Wallo with that, and after you go to Manalori.
Yeah, so Wallo,
I'm there.
I know last night you followed the show when Kriyongba appeared, and we want to to begin the show with your experience and everything Kunkpa said last night. Let's hear from you. What really happened in how do you call it? Josiah, you saying something to me?
No, I said
Josiah,
Swali. He's trying to get a
go on,
place name.
okay, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, my brothers. The situation in Zuade was horrible. The situation was caused by Kuyongba. You know, I registered in Lugwatu there where I voted. So when I was in Nimba with the senator, at most time I would leave from Gantor, go to Lugwatu to my family people, and in the evening I come back. I stopped at Kuyongba's house in Zogo with 2 times. Kuyongba, certain time came, he started to communicate with me. We were trying to build friendship. You know, the way he and Zor had it, he and I, were trying to build friendship. But each time we go to Zor mother's place, Zor mother will always ask for Kuyongba. Each time we go to Zor mother, she will always ask for Kuyongba. So, those are all the children who grew up with our mothers, friends that our mother take heart to, those kind of friends are friends that would take dear to our heart. So because Zor mother always asked for him, I said, but then this guy will always call me as a good guy. So we started to extend, the calls. We started to talk, once in a while. So on the election day, I was on my way from Logwatu. I even passed to Kuyongpa house. He has a brother they call Elton Gia. I gave Elton Gia 10,000 Liberian dollars to buy water for the pool washer. I came from Ivory Coast because when I went to Logwatu across the Benta, my big brother then gave me 1 whiskey bottle. I even came, I gave the whiskey bottle to them, and I left. When I got to Gamta, on this day, Senator Johnson called me. He told me Kuyongpa sent him a text message. So when I read the text message, Kuyongpa told Senator Johnson that the senator should not reach in Zwale. If the senator reach in Zwale, there will be a bloodbath, and the people of Zwale blood will be on the senator's hands. So the senator showed me the text message. When the senator showed me the text message, I took the text message and sent it to a journalist called Willie Topa. At that time, Willie Topa was working for Front Page Africa. Then after that, I called Kuyongpa. I told him, Kuyongpa, he said, yes, brother. I said, the senator just showed me a text message that you said he shouldn't enter Zor. When he enters Zor, there will be a bloodbath. He said, yes, I said that. And you people shouldn't come to Zor. But on a frank note, I was a little boy during the war, and I have never been anywhere before for people to attack. I have never seen a real bloodshed before. So sometimes when people are talking about attacking people, I take it to be joke. Most especially an educated and civilized brother I see Kuyongpa to be. So I actually thought the brother was joking. So each time we'll have communication, whenever we have communication, Kuyongpa will say, you people shouldn't come to Zwale. When you come to Zwale, there will be bloodbath. But actually, we took it as joke. On this day, we decided to go to Zwale. Before the convoy left Gantor, Goba Sedekpo posted on Facebook that there were going to be bloodbath in Zwale that day. And then I called Goba Sedekpo. I said, where are you? Why are you doing this kind of post? But yes, still, we are brothers. I could not believe that these guys would actually attack us. So when we entered Zogowi, after the senator was speaking, I told Zor, let's go ahead to Zwale. I called Kuyongpa on the phone. I said, Kuyongpa, we are coming to Zwale. Kuyongpa said, Wallo, I told you guys not to come to Zwale. If you come to Zwale, anything that happened here, you guys will take the blame. I said, oh, how will you stop us from coming to our home? We're coming there. Wait for me, I'm coming. So after we said that, we started to go. We had a musical pickup in front of us. The music is playing very loudly, and we are going. When we were going, we saw naked 4Runner Jeep coming. When we saw the 4Runner Jeep coming, they have beating on the driver, destroyed part of the car. So when we saw the car, the guys told us, there's an ambush in the town. You guys shouldn't go in the town. So when he said that, I told Zor, my man, let's go in the town and meet Kuyongpa. I'm sure when Kuyongpa sees us, everything will be good, and the senator then will come with pass. So we decided to go in the town. As I speak to you, we have the set up, the music is playing. So we enter Zwale. When we enter Zwale, the musical pickup was in front of me. My Jeep was there. Big brother of Dopo Sandy Jeep and Prince Bill Jeep. Immediately when we entered the town and the music was playing, when I got down from on the car, I only yelled, wow, sound. I don't know how I left from there to even get under the tree that right in the middle of the town. The boys shoot in the car, they started to throw stone. They shoot in my car, bust all the windshield, took everything that was in the car. They bust Big Brother, Double Sandy car. They bust Prince Bill car, and they bust the pickup. And now, children, this thing we're talking as I speak to you, Kuyokpa cannot go to bed now. For Kuyokpa to go to Bele, Kuyokpa needs to talk to the vice president. He needs to talk to Big Brother Garrison Yelu. They need to talk to the elders from Bele. And the elders from Bele and the elders from Zor need to meet. Because Kuyokpa gave order and they shoot 9 boys, 9 children from Bele, from Cample and Lapierre. 9 children. And the people in our region, we have this kind of tradition that we cannot waste each other's blood. Kuyokpa calls for them to waste his brethren blood. So after we went, when the guy had bust the 4 cars, they had shoot on those boys, the boys were laying down. When I looked up, I saw Kuyokpa coming. So when I saw Kuyokpa coming, I told Zoba, Kuyokpa is coming. So we walked to Kuyokpa. We greeted nicely. Oh, brother, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. Then I told him, I said, oh, Kuyokpa, when we enter the town, the boys attack all, they shoot, and the guys are on the ground, they're crying, and they finished damaging my car. And then Kuyokpa told me, you were lucky they didn't bust your eye. I told you not to come here. Right away, while we were having a conversation, Senator Johnson and the Vice President Convoy entered the town slowly. By that time, the havoc has already been caused. So they entered the town slowly. So when Kuyokpa told me, you were lucky they didn't bust your eye, I told you not to come here, and you decided to come here. Then after that, while we were moving, then he decided to stop me. He said, you moved from here that the Senator Johnson and Kun myself I'm looking for. So now, when he used the statement that I'm looking, it is the Senator Johnson and Kun are looking for, things ring to my mind. The first thing that ran to my mind is that this brother is aware that his boys have already caused trouble by shooting on us and breaking our car. He's aware. So once you give this kind of order and such a destruction is caused, if that anybody who don't want bigger problem, you will conceive yourself. Because you have already given order and people are on the ground in blood or the property have been destroyed. So you will conceive. But the fact that he's coming and saying that he is looking for Kun and Prince Johnson, then this guy is up for a bigger trouble. And sometimes when this situation happens, when you get the bossman, the tear can drive away. So when I knew that Kuyokpa was us for trouble, then I told Kuyokpa, I said, if you decide to cause any trouble further than what you have done, I will honor your arrest. You understand? So when I told him I will honor your arrest, then he got furious and he slapped me on my face. So when he slapped me on my face, that's how I jumped on him. When I jumped on him, the both of us, we tussled like for 2 minutes. Later on, 2 of us went on the ground. So when we went on the ground, as God could have it, I was over him and he was under me. So when he was crying, you know he's my brother. So when he was crying, that's the time I jumped from over him. And when he left from under me, he jumped in the breach. That's how we left the town. And we took those children who got wounded to Ganta for treatment. 9 boys from Campley. This is the issue, my brothers. If we have gone to Zwale to go and cause trouble, if we are going with the mentality to attack, do you think we will be ignorant enough to expose ourselves that 9 men from us will receive bullets? Do you think? Do you think men, the convoy we went with, the men that were on the convoy, if they went for actually attack, do you think those boys in Zwale would have contained them? Do you think that the 2 senators of Nimba, Senator Johnson and Senator Kun, who like to go to the in Zwale to go and call havoc? What the brother did that day is wrong. And let me say this. Last night, he made a lot of allegations linking Senator Johnson. He said that Senator Johnson does not love the Kuyonpa family because Senator Johnson had not supported him before in elections. He also said that Senator Johnson sabotaged the naming of the stadium in Nima after his father.
On the show.
After his father, and then he said many more. But I would like to speak to those things one by one. The issue that he said that Senator Johnson hate Kuyonpa family. Why will he say that? When one, it was because of Kuyonpa that Prince Johnson's name came and raised alive in this country. Prince Johnson married wife, man, Body Johnson. Her only child, she named that child after Thomas Kuyonpa, after Anthony Father Thomas Kuyonpa. How do you say this man hate you? Senator Johnson never hated them. But what happened was, Kuyonpa was very, very arrogant on the old man. Kuyonpa used to send the old man text message of insults. Kuyonpa used to call the old man and insult the old man. Kuyonpa, maybe he has that envy that Prince Johnson outshined his father in history in Nimba, so that envy was there. Now, you said Senator Johnson did not support you. In 2017, when you were contesting to be representative, at that time, Senator Johnson was contesting to be president. You were contesting on a different political party ticket. Now, 2017 elections, no one in Nima can tell me Kuyonpa supported Senator Johnson for the presidency. So Kuyonpa was running, supporting different parties for the presidency when Senator Johnson was running for the presidency. And Wilfred Bangura, who is the Secretary General of MDR, was also running in the same district as representative. So how do you expect Senator Johnson to support you when you're supporting someone else against Senator Johnson? How does that work? Is it because he's your father friend, so you should be starving him, then he be giving you milk? The man running for presidency, you're not supporting the man. Then why you want the man to support? Senator Johnson was supporting Omen Bwaka and Vice President Kun. And he, Kuyonpa was supporting George Weah. And then you say Senator Johnson did not support you. How will Senator Johnson support you when you're supporting different interests and you have different interests? Kuyonpa and Senator Johnson had never had same political interests ever. Never. So how do you expect the men to support you in that? You look at it. The ones that have to do with the stadium in Nima, Kuyonpa tried to be unfair to Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson actually wanted for that stadium to be named after his brother Thomas Kuyonpa. Lawmakers who were part of the Nima Legislative Caucus, they are still around. You people can find out from them. But when Senator Johnson made the suggestion, and Nima people, at the time they went into that cluster to do their analysis, they analyzed Flo's contribution to Nima, and they compare it with Thomas Kuyonpa's contribution. There are other Nimbayan who feel that the Thomas Kuyonpa, other Nimbayan feel that there is no child in Nimba that can be pointed to say Thomas Kuyonpa educated this person. Other Nimbayan feel that Thomas Kuyonpa, there is no elementary school foundation in Nimba that can be pointed to say Thomas Kuyonpa started this elementary school. Other people feel that Thomas Kuyonpa did not do anything for the Nimba people. They feel that what happened to Nimba, that our parents died and they nearly exterminated our kind, was caused by the Kuyonpa. There are Nimbayans who feel that the Kuyonpa should even apologize to the people of Nimba. You understand? So when they did the analysis of Flo, though Flo is making business, but in his business he's empowering Nimbayan. He's contributing to the development of the counties. He's empowering institutions. We see him making a lot of donations. So people think that Flo has more impact on Nimba than Kuyonpa. Because there is no child in Nima that can say Kuyonpa educated me. There is no institution in Nima that Kuyonpa built. I don't know even if the Kuyonpas have a befitting home in Nimba. So probably these were the issues people look at to make the decision to feel that, Flo is more relevant. But Senator Johnson actually wanted for that field to be named after Kuyonpa. He also said that Senator Johnson promised to build his father a monument. In his discussion, he discussed it in a derogatory manner. It is true that Senator Johnson promised to build his father monument in Zorgowi, and Senator Johnson was very dear about that. Senator Johnson always spoke about that. In fact, in the MDR, we hope that we can talk to the leaders and the lawmakers we have, Senator Kogan, the vice president, since the senator promised it for it to happen, because Thomas Kuyonpa was one of the sons of the land. So if the senator promised it, those are all that remain, we can get together and then we go and then we build a monument. So that is something that all of his children and us can do. Fortunately for him, he been deputy ministers into government. I think he has done a lot for his district, and maybe he has done a lot. But I think that the Kuyonpas are benefiting from Nimba. The reason why Madam Sally educated him, the reason why George Ryan told him, is because of the Kuyonpa. It's because of Nimba. So the glory he has today is because of Nimba. So his family should be proud of Nimba. They should tell Nimba, thank you. And let me say this. Kuyonpa must understand this. Prince Johnson is the greatest son of Nimba who ever lived. Prince Johnson is the father of modern Nimba. Prince Johnson was elected to the Senate 2005. He spent 18, 19 years as senator. Under his leadership, God bless Nimba. Under his leadership, you see paved road in Nimba. You see universities flourishing in Nimba. You see hospital in Nimba. You see Nimba children flourishing in business and in education. A leader must be blessed before the people he leads are blessed like that. So Senator Johnson is the greatest son of Nimba. You cannot compare Senator Johnson and Kuyonpa or legacy. Senator Johnson is far ahead. Kuyonpa should accept this, and Senator Johnson is dead. He should stop discussing the paper the way he can discuss the paper. When the paper was alive, he disrespected the paper. You know, I wanted to get the paper phone today to send some of the text messages to you people. When we got the phone, I was having problem with, activating it. When it is activated, when those messages come that he used to send to PYJ, I will send it to you. PYJ should be your father. He's your father. So that's what happened. I don't know why he's so bitter about Prince Johnson. So that was the exact situation in Zwale. And since this situation happened, this is my first time coming in the public to explain what happened. So Kuyonpa should be thinking about us going together to call the elders from Zor and the elders from Bear to see what he did by warning our brothers from Campley for us to talk it and have it finished with because we are brethren. For him, he's threatening every time. I don't know what he wants to do, but God is there and we are here. So that's the situation.
Thank you, Nesco. I think Emmanuel has his own side of the story, and Emmanuel on the show here last night, Kuyonpa said that you guys are brothers. That means the two of you come from a very long way. So tell us your side of the story before we come to
what I noticed when I listen to Kuyonpa is seeking for attention. The panelists, the young people, the women grouping, our elders, a sixth sense of humor. Kuyonpa is trying to come back to us to reconcile. I think he wants to establish reconciliation. But in doing this, you got to be honest and call for a roundtable conversation so we can meet. But Kuyonpa came from the States. He contacted me. Kuyonpa and myself met at Senator Johnson house. He hugged me for over 5 minutes. Over 5 minutes. To tell you how the guy myself, how far we are come. He could not release me, I could not release him. He's a brother, yes. But he heard. This conversation, they are playing, Gubasirako posted on the social media. Check it out. After the incident, Gubasirako came to me. One of say, I'm not talking to the man. Gubasirako came to me and knelt down. Armstrong Gubasirako. He knelt down and apologized. He said to me, oh, my man, this kind of thing happened. He explained everything, the entire plane. He explained to me. He went to Wallo house as well. He met with Wallo, they had conversation. I met Kuyonpa. Well, the first thing Kuyonpa said, when he meet me anywhere, will see me, he will fight me, he will do this, he will put a blow. He myself met on 18th Street. He myself, social that we can meet some places. So when I went on 18th Street, I saw the young man, I put my 2 hands in my pocket too, because I faced my blow. Because he said he want to fight me. Because he saw me, so he drove around, he came back to me. He came and greeted me, don't know what's up. I left it. So some of his supporters, those that been around him, have reached out to me. Anthony and myself have been like almost trying to handle it. But I was surprised last night, Anthony coming on air to say some of these things. I expected Anthony to just come on and say, yeah, these things happen. But I want us to reconcile as young people and as like Nimbadians. Of course, nothing. But to say and to start to go back to things that you did, things that you guys planned, it was just by the grace of God today I'm sitting. The guys wanted to kill us. My brother, when I car parked, I was the one driving. I saw that guy with that single barrel. Call Patrick Paul. There's a guy that called Patrick Paul. The doctor is Dr. Wonga. Whosoever that know that the one can action, that the one can on the scene. The guy took the single barrel, pointed at all fire, but the gun I have, I don't know where that miracle came from. When I got down from the car, I heard the thing on the windshield, boah. Patrick turned small like a bird. I'm very serious. They damaged everything. Then I saw Anthony coming. I asked Anthony, why is Tony? He said, that man over there. Anthony, little brother, call Ayrton. I walked to Ayrton. I said, Ayrton. And I said, probably they want to happen to myself, surprise. I told what I said, that man, we walked to the man, we saw the man. We explained to the man. Oh, man, a minute, let me see. Excuse me, use the same F word on me. I told you not to come, you came here. You're lucky to not bust your eye. He said, right away, I don't know. But I said try to find to just to comprehend what really went wrong. That Anthony could not listen at that particular time. Because I know Anthony. I don't know Anthony to be that husker, but the attitude, the mood I saw Anthony in that particular day, and prior to our going there, the conversation, well, I took it to be joke. But going to your own time, the entire place was very silent. Asking those that were there, and naming people. I called names. I use it as a reference so you can contact them. Dr. Wonga, he came from the States. One Dr. Wonga. I don't know his full name, but the Wonga name I know. He said he used to be. I think he was president for UNICO. Dr. Wonga. Andrew Wonga. Ask the people they call Moses Sandy. That one entire bear got stolen. They stole the bear and they took a passport from in our bear. Contact him, he will tell you the exact story I'm telling you. So it was just by the grace of God that people are all sitting today. I was that long time. I got zero knowledge on war. You see, my man, when you look at me, you see violence in me. I have never associated myself with anything that had to do with violence. Nothing. If the Senator Johnson man that we used to support, that we follow, you were one person that always used to guide us about to be polite and to be humble. So I never thought of even having or going to Anthony town to be attacked, people shooting gun. If I'm gonna die, what because of my family? When we came from there, I was traumatized for over 3 months. Whenever I go to bed, I will picture the scene. I will jump up from bed. Guess what happened? My daughter, Anthony knows her very well. My daughter listened to that thing on radio when she read the post that we almost got killed. She kept asking me, is this Uncle Anthony Kuyaba? She brought a photo to me. You know, it played on her. So I called him, I texted him, and he told me, Don, that I want to see you. So we've been having a conversation. For Anthony to come on air to explain all these things, I understand, I know that Anthony tried to grab our attention. That's not the way to do it. Our lines are open. Anthony, we are brothers. For last night, I wanted to come on the show just for us to have a kind of conversation. I also appreciate if you can bring Anthony on board. So when we leave the show, Anthony cannot come back to say something about to come back. So sometimes this kind of conversation, they have everybody on board. Then you can have appreciation of what went wrong. But for me, Anthony, as I said the last time myself we talk about it, we've been resolved a long time. I wanted to pick all the kids. I wanted to go back to Nima. I told my lawyer, but people talk to me again. People said to me, even some of his friends said, forget it. You never die. We have a long way to go. So that's just what happened. They Zwale issue, it was planned by Kriyamba and his colleagues. Remember, you guys are friends with Goba Select. Goba posted a prior to our going there. That means it was already settled. It was already planned. Before even us entering. But brother, imagine if Ganta, KFV DJ Matali, from nowhere, the motorcycle came from nowhere, picked the guy up. That guy almost died. The guys they attack us till when they see our vehicle, they will chase us if we are not from Nima or if we fighting war. We've been campaigning. For 2023 campaign, my brother, I pray not to experience that in future to come. It was bad, it was bloody. You see the Amma boy saying, hi Amma. Everyone out there knew about it, they were playing it. It was playing. It was playing. To even get in Ganta, I went to what the place name, Justina to go swallow GB, my man, myself again. So, this CD check. The guys, they all came. I had to escape that place. We never had time to really walk around freely in our own country. Why? Is it because we took our side to support? It should not be. No. So these things were planned. Anthony should be on a knee, asking for forgiveness for what they did to us in a own time. Anthony should be the one telling our gentlemen not forget that back on be back on, because he aware, he knows these things were planned. You know how many persons were arrested with a single barrel in our time? That they took to Senegal, I think about 8 or 9 persons. You know how many persons were bullet? What if that kind of thing were going to hit my chest? You saw the car, you are sending photo of the vehicle we're discussing. Cool. Moses and he is on. So you see that he explained. They almost killed. There's people that came from America to campaign along with us. When he came, what happened? They damaged a car, a rental vehicle. He should be the one looking at coming to you because we don't have a conversation. Let's talk to our brothers. Let's bag on, be bag on. But to be running around with our needs, and anytime I hear this from Anthony, to be honest, I will go back to court. I will not listen. I will go back to court because you know what? I'm a practitioner. Any other thing that I do is associate with me, it will speak and then it will chase me. So I don't want to start something that I will not end. So if Anthony continues to provoke me, that's because of provocation. That's provocation. These things were discussed. He reached out to me. When he came from America, he came, he met me, he hugged me. I think we tried to resolve it. But every time to come on media, when you come on media to have conversation, you should have a talking point to discuss. But it should not be innocent people that are. It should not be. It should not be. You not believe. Ask them. Ask the people. Well, Anthony and Wallo, when the both of them try to when they were rising up, there's a fellow who took a single barrel to shoot. But then he saw the both barrel together. Then I jumped on that nigga and took the gun from him. What is striking from? So you wanted to kill somebody because of somebody's power? They were bloody, but they could not say it, and he will not say it. But he knows what I'm saying is true. If Anthony can come on now and say to you people that he never called me proud of going there, God should not bless me and my children. I'm being honest. He should say the truth. Then what the essence of reaching out to me now? You don't do a close door, then you come on social media to say, oh, I have no idea all of this. You got to be honest. The name of discussing, for me, my father, I'm not here to write on my father's legacy. Even in the Bible, Genesis 1:1, God created hell and I. What he left away, our brain. Your father played a part in gone. That your time, what you will do for people to see you, make history, make name. I came from over there, I came from San Nicolas. I never have time in mind, San Nicolas. How Senator Johnson and other people start knowing me? I put the thing to use. I'm not going to ride on somebody's glory. At least you should be grateful. At least you should be. Listen, I come in. And at least you should be grateful that you use your father's legacy to use your taxpayer money to go to school. Thank God for you. You went to school. The government pay your school fee. For me, no. I got no father legacy. I'm making name. I want to do things that the next generation will know. It's not going to have to be my father for war because of that. So, and I should have a share of the cake. No. Guns are there that people used to come because they have, should I say, because my father and my mom, people that some cake to key, I should have share of the cake, the die for our country. No. What are those things that did to impact us? What somebody left? Nothing. You should not boast of what somebody did, now no impact. Say your father gone. You should be the one to set record, to set an example. Let people see you as a role model. You say you can pray. What pray you pray? What pray you offer? You truck 2 times in election, they whip you as my brother. You know I truck for you too. In election, you must say you my brother. I have a political party. I got Kennedy. Then I say I went extra to support you. He knows about it. I truck people for you. In our same place. The other thing, you wanted to kill me. So some of these things, we need to put stop to it. He's a brother. I know. But when I said understood that just attention he's seeking for, I know he want to talk, he want to use this platform for us to reconcile our difference. For me, if Kuyomba just come to say, oh gentlemen, what happened there? Let bag on be bag on that he did before. The Armstrong go Select did before reach out to me. That lot of what the other guy here, the other guys, I said, I'll not speak to him. Every one of them came back. They came back, they recognized, they realized a mistake. I've been cool. I'm a Christian. And then one of the scriptures I love when I'm not happy I read is Psalm 55 verse 10. Read it, 10:55. So it said we fellowship together. We once fellowship together. It was you who I call my friend, my companion. So that the kind of relationships that guy must say, hi. When I may not see me, when I want to see me, when I eat. So why will you come down to say, oh, this one happened, this one? Say the truth to the people. Nothing else but just the truth.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Minister Emmanuel. Thank you so much. I know this thing, for me, I think is overdue for us to be discussing it like this. It is about time that we call for reconciliation and let bygone be bygone, you know. You guys are brothers. But once it is here, we will need to know the entire story and all of that. Let's welcome to the show Amara Brooks. Amara will come to you very shortly. Mr. Moses Sandy, welcome to the show too as well. Sewete, let's hear you. If you have a question or an input, you can do it after you go to Chris. Then maybe Amara will come in and Moses Sandy.
Thank you, Junior. Good evening, cuz. I mean, all the guys that are on the show tonight, they are all my brothers. And last night, like I said, it was good that we reached out to them, and our institution being a credible media institution, it's good that we reach out to them for the side of the story. But I think our key interest in this whole thing is to see how best we can resolve, you know, what has happened. But while it is true we are having those conversations, last night when Bibero Kuyomba came here, according to him, he said, when you guys, hello? I hear him, I said. Yeah, he said when you guys, enter Zwale, Minister Zor and Wallo, 3 of you guys were walking. And then Wallo told his team, ordered his team and said, yeah, here is the M5. This is the M5. So, and then Wallo told him, you will force you to support, the old man. Why you don't want to support? That's where the guys, according to him, the guys start to react. So I don't know what could be. I see Wallo network. Yeah, so that was another revelation he gave last night.
So Anthony is not honest. You listened to him last night. He said, I and Wallo walked to him. At what time did we order people to get at him? The two of us walked from distance and went to that place and went to Anthony. We were 3 walking out. Me, Wallo, Anthony. He had a boss around. So that's not true. He's not being truthful. That's not true.
Hello,
Wallo?
can I come in?
Wallo, are you there?
Yes, Moses Sandy, can I come in?
The network is giving problem.
Yeah. People will come to you because the two.
Moses, just hold on. Sewete was on. When Sewete is done, then you will be next.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think what I said, Minister Zor, I think I gave his position, but he said you guys were 3 walking, and then when you got down from the car, 3 of you guys were walking, and then you gave order to your guys. He said you use a military, I know it's a security terminology. He said this is the M5, and the guys don't want to support the old man, so we'll make sure you support the old man, and then you order your guys to go at him.
Brother,
that make a lot.
Kuyomba did not. Kuyomba already had a sermon. Kuyamba and team did not endorse the rescue team. So that last minute time, one day to election, Kuyamba will force Kuyamba to endorse the own time. What sense does that make? It doesn't make no sense.
So my last.
Additionally, people who know me don't know me to be a guy that is violent. People don't know me to be a guy who has invectives on his tongue. So that's not truth. Everything Kuyamba said last night is a made-up story. The exhaust said Kuyamba due us apology. Kuyamba he really wanted to kill us. We did not go over there for any problem. We did not go to fight. We actually engaged Kuyamba as a brother. But probably God knows why he behaved the way he behaved. He attacked the two senators at the time in their own county. That's why he did. In fact, before that, sir, we were even attacked in Gompu Kagon's home. You see? Yeah.
Why play?
The seditions and the sedition attack also in Zwale. So this is something that the guys really plan. Why will Senator Johnson and Vice President Kun be traveling in their own home and then one violent? Why? You know.
All right, guys, can I come in?
We'll get to you, Mr. Sandy.
Okay. We'll get to you. Yeah.
Let the guest, let the principal speak then from there.
Hold on, Moses, because you were mentioned, we're going through the regular stuff.
I was mentioned.
When CRT is done, then you will be the next. So that's CRT.
I was mentioned. I need to respond. My name was mentioned. I need to respond.
Ama, your name was mentioned. That what we brought you. So they're doing now. Everybody want to answer the same way the part is boarding. Then we'll not get the information across. The two guys you see up here, hold on now. The two guys you see up here, their name was mentioned yesterday when Kuyamba appeared. So we brought them to provide clarity. When they provide the clarity and your name is also because your name was mentioned, okay, then Moses come, then Amma come to provide the clarity. For them, they didn't have problem. So they're doing in line so that people out there, when you provide your clarity, they will understand the particular subject matter you are speaking.
But who mentioned Amma name? Where you brought Amma on the show?
A CDC man. Yeah, to the NDR man, a CDC man.
So
CDC man.
Yeah, so DK, thank you. You know what we're doing, we are not actually opening a Bandura buzz or dialogue. You know, it's just important that you guys give your side because those are all repetitional, issue. But the meat of the whole thing is at the end of the day, and to have a smooth resolution. Another thing he talked about was that he texted you people, he called you and informed you guys about the program, that the CDC will be having their launch, or I don't know which program was it. I don't know, launch also. I can't really go exact to that. But he said I don't having the launch also in Zwale, and he texted you, Emmanuel. And he even told the team, but then he was surprised to even see you in Zwale at the time. So that was some of the things that stirred all the confusion according to him because they already planned to have the program or in full swing. And in supplement to that, this whole thing about what happened in Zwale, it has happened. But what could be the both of you fair? Opinion to how it can be resolved. That's how I will end my question.
The first thing, analyze his speech. I hear myself. Last night he said, he texted us. That's us. He did not text. He called. On that particular time, he texted Senator Johnson. He threatened Senator Johnson. He wasn't just text, but he threatened Senator Johnson on the eve of our departure. So 2. And then Goba Slakbo posted that we should not go there. They will be mourning their son, which is the late Thomas Kuyamba. 2 allegations. You can say we should not go because you want to have your father feast. That's not true. Those who were in section at that time, and I know, all schools were closed. Which school were having gala day? Which program? Which occasion? That's not true. The brother is not truthful to you people. He called me. He called me. It was a conversation, brother to brother conversation, asking me to stay away. I mean, coward, I will not do that. I will not betray the guy. So he asked me. It wasn't text. He called me. He phoned me not to go, and I said I will go. If for any reason you will save lives, it should be because of me. That's what I said to him. I said, Kuyamba, even I was sad. If any bad conversation about you and I'm around there, I will guide you. If for any reason you will save life, save for the sake of my brother. That's exactly what I said to him. I said, call we are. Tell we are. My brother is on our trip. I will not do it. Cancel it. But I will go to Zwale tomorrow. They don't say, I'll tell you. He used the F word. We argue this thing. We discuss this thing for over 15 to 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I still had a recalling. So if Anthony deny it, I will still get that phone and get it and give it to you. He's not being honest. I'm a 30-minute conversation.
Thank you, Zor. Thank you.
So nobody will lie to you. Say there was school section, that was section time. They said they wanted to have Kuyamba feast. That's what they said.
Moses' name was mentioned, so we will hear from Moses shortly. From there, we'll go to Amma Brooks and go to Chris, and when Josiah John, then we can take question from him. Moses, you were in Zwale. Your name was mentioned that your car got damaged from the Zwale incident in 2023. Can you give all your experience about what happened in Zwale?
Yeah. Thank you for this interview tonight. I think we are all Nibayans. What I think is we should have a united Nibayan moving towards any political, goal that we had. But let me just speak to what the brother was talking to. It was very horrible, a terrible situation that day in my my big brother or a father hometown of Zwale. What happened that day when we arrived in the town? In fact, before we got to Zwale, in the town we came from before we came to Zwale, I left the two senators at the time, the current vice president and the late Senator Johnson, to include the current representative of District 3, Nagage. I actually was heading the team. I left there in Zogowi. I came to Kiale. From Kiale, then I went to the other town. Then before we got to Ganagle. In Ganagle, Ganagle, when I went to my representative elect at the time. Hello, are you guys hearing me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So from Zogowi, Kiale to another Depuda, then Depuda to Zoganagle. I was heading the team with my own car, my own vehicle. Then in that time in Ganagle, then I went to my representative elect at the time, Ige. I went to him, I said, I'm going ahead now like I've been doing. I'm going to Zwale. Naga told me, Moses, do not go. I said, why? I moved to the 3 different times where he said, don't go there because we are getting information that Anthony Kuyokpa and men, what they did to us in what you call it, Zogowi, they are in Zwale to attack us. Then I went and saw when I drove further down. I still didn't listen to Neke. I wanted to move. When I move ahead, then I saw the guy called Emmanuel Zor and my little brother. What's his name? His friend. Well, if I should call him or not. Now, while we're trying to go, then he said, look, he said, Moses, give me the phone. Let me talk to what's his name? Kuyokpa. He took my phone. He said, oh, that's my man. Let me talk to him. He took the phone and called Kuyokpa, my own little brother. The conversation they had on the phone was not comfortable to me. And then Nesco, I talk about Nesco Wallow, the guy who I get the phone to. Nesco say, oh, Moses, let me talk to Kuyokpa. And when he talked to Kuyokpa, the conversation they had on the phone was not comfortable to me. Then he said, oh, Moses, let's go. I said, no, I'm not going. Because the conversation you got had was not comfortable. He said, oh, people, don't be afraid. Let's go. Knowing Anthony Kuyokpa to be my own little brother that I've talked to yet in America, and also when I was in Liberia, then I said, okay, let's go. While we were on our way to Zotapa, no, not Zotapa, Kuyokpa's home, there was a guy who used to be the driver for Nakage. While on the way, the car was coming back. Then the whole convoy stopped. At that time, I'm talking about Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kun. They were still in how you call it, planning, the town we were coming from. So when the guy can't stop, we try to talk to the guy. He said they attacked us in Kuyokpa home. So they were trying to turn around. Then what about me? Wallow came by and said, Moses, let's go. Then we start driving towards Kuyokpa home. Then the senators, everybody was behind us down going. We arrived there. The senator convoy, I think it was kind of a little bit behind. But these guys, when we got in the town, trust me, look, it was really on us. Throwing rocks, gun, shooting at us. They single barrel. Shooting at us like, I mean, we're in some kind of battle. We maneuver our way and got out of the town.
So Brother Moses, one second.
Yeah.
There was a specific reference to you here that your car got damaged. What was the situation at that movement? How you arrived in the town? Because I know Emmanuel and and Nesco has said, and I wrote that portion of the story, their part of the story, but we actually brought you because they said your car was damaged. Who damaged your car?
My car was damaged. My car was damaged because we got in a town, and then the situation subsided. What they were doing in the town is subsided, and then we went and parked. My car parked. I had people in the back of my car. Then I got down from the car, and I saw what is it, Wallow and Emmanuel. They got down as well. When we were trying to jubilate, the people start throwing rocks, start shooting off.
So at what point you said tension was in the town when you arrived in the town? At the same time, you were jubilating. Were you jubilating because the tension that was in the town, you guys defeated those guys, or what? At what point you guys?
So this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. At the entry of the town, we saw tension. Then we passed through. We got in the middle of the town, like everybody were like jubilating. Then we got down. We got down. And then when we got down to jubilate along there, then again it began the tension. Rocks were being thrown at us. Our cars were bad. You know, they just damaged everything we had. And this is the fact.
Moses, when you said you arrived in the town and started jubilating, it's not making sense to me, because you got in the town, according to Zoe and Emmanuel, there was tension in the town.
No, wait, this
there
is
was
it.
tension in Zwale, and you guys was jubilating. You guys were jubilating.
Wait, can I
because
come in?
Pilpa
Can I
and
come
his
in?
team were
Can I come in?
Okay.
Can I come in?
No, I think a lot of Moses finished for DJ. That Moses finished for the
Hold on. Chris, hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think where you got things wrong, DK is you think I'm just saying that we got in the town jubilating. No, that's not what I'm saying. We got before we got into the town, there were people. Hello?
We are getting you, Moses.
Okay. So we got into the town when they told us already there was tension in the town. So we passed through that. When we got into the town itself, the people of Zwale pretended as if they were receiving how you call it, the convoy with jubilation. So we started all jubilating. Now it was an ambush. I believe it was an ambush. So as soon as we got into the town, I jumped out of my car.
Bro, Moses, you stay on the show. Nesco, you wanted to provide information shortly. We hear from you.
Yeah.
Go to Josiah and Chris.
Yes,
because Nesco network is not too.
Yeah,
okay.
so yes.
But are you not getting me?
We're getting you. We want you to flow because your network is not too okay. That's why we keep.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's
the
problem.
in a similar region.
Yeah. So there's the situation.
Can you hear me?
Are you getting me?
Yes.
So there's the situation. I think I inform you people that when we enter Zwale, we have the musical set on. We had a musical set on when we enter Zwale. So there is somewhere in Zwale, like a market right in the middle of the place there. When we entered there with a musical set, when the musical set park, when we went right behind it and park, the children that were on the musical set, they got down. So when they got down to jubilate, right away, the guys started to shoot. There were, about 9 of them took in the bullet. Because we were going with celebration. We were not expecting attack. We entered the town with the musical set on. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Nesco. Josiah been here for some time. Moses, we are not hearing you. Moses, you are not on. I muted you when Nesco was speaking. So we go to Josiah. We'll come back to you. We go to Josiah. Josiah been here for long, so he can ask his question.
Good evening, everybody. Mine is now more of a question. You know, this thing that happened in our country during the election, it was terrible. So what I see here tonight is that people are claiming, people making their size what happened. People will always defend themselves on the thing. When the people from our former party, CDC, come here, they will also defend themselves. The MDR people will also defend themselves. So we will just, it will be more of, you know, pushing your point, making yourself beautiful and thing. And we from the Proposed People's Action Party that has texted in the background, we are interested in solving the problem that was caused by CDC and Unity Party. They went to Nimba and made our brothers to almost kill themselves, to kill each other. And that's why they've been known for. In Lower County, Unity Party people kill Syrians. In Nimba County, Unity Party people say, okay, we part you MDR for the Nibayans to kill one another. So those who were say supporting CDC, they are also Nibayans, but we met them and the other Nibayans who are from the MDR and supporters of the Unity Party to kill each other. Like we always said, these two parties that have led this post-war Liberia have had no good intention. And this is some of the results that we are sitting on here tonight. So, my brothers, what we should all do, and the Proposed People's Action Party is going to lead our charge to find a common ground for us to reconcile the differences. Everything.
You're making an issue on what to know.
We are discussing reality. That's reality. Nothing here that none of us know about. In Lofa Country, you know, the party people kill citizens. And in Nimba Country, it was just God.
You see that?
So, Moses, we go to Chris. We go to Chris.
Gives me hard time.
Then we can come to Moses.
So are you hearing me?
Almost 3 hours now. We can hear for all our
Are you hearing me?
Josiah, you still there?
Yeah. So let me just close with this. We, from PAP, we tell the CDC people, the Nimba County people, the MDR, the Unity Party people that we take blame and will take the charge to solve the problem. We start the process to reconcile the bias. We can have political differences, but we must all coexist.
Thank you. Anytime.
Start shortly, and we'll reach out to everybody. That's why I came on here tonight to say.
Thank you, Josiah. Thank you. You are always welcome here to be the PAP panelists here. We welcome you for CDC to PAP. So you always be here around us here.
Quickly. Tomorrow we have a Tomorrow we are going to be receiving NEC at our party headquarters. Tomorrow we are going to be receiving NEC at our party headquarters to do their final inspection.
All right, Josiah.
Everyone.
Okay, thank you. Chris, they hear you. You have questions for those guys. They hear you quick. Yeah.
Thank you. How many questions are asking, DK? DK, how many questions? 2? Okay. Thank you.
DK, I'm in a bag. You know, my current is up, but I'm following the show very closely.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So if you get anything you can say about it's Chris time.
I want to start the basis before I ask my question. This is the waterman who was part of the press conference said CDC want to kill Prince Johnson. And was he part of that press? Was he part of that press conference?
I'm the one who addressed the press conference.
Okay. You know, I'm sending the basis that would doubt to Nimba. Because that press conference said when it was killed Prince Johnson wasn't true. and you cause chaos in this country. People who have scatter. So to the issue in Nimba, when I sat down and listened to, especially you, now brother, he died from the same era. But especially you, uh, it was like a challenge. Even Moses was talking through the conversation you have. The person said, "Don't come here." He said, "The person tested you." Moses admitted that I talk on the phone. Do you think that forcing going there, you are like provoking the issue or like a challenge because the person have told you not to go there according to the information? And Moses said, "I talk on the phone." And you just go. You don't think that you are wasting the life of the people that will do on our convoy? Was it a challenge also to him? So how can you address that? What?
All right, thank you very much. I will start from the last point, right? Look, brother, this is like I said earlier. I never had the slightest of thought that Kunyokpat would be brave to attack Senator Johnson and Senator Kun Convoy. And considering the relationship that Kunyokpa and us share, and each time we're talking these things on phone, we will be smiling. I told you I have just left Kunyokpa about a week ago, gave $10,000 to his boys for water. You know, that was the kind of relationship we share. You know, so I never believed that Kunyokpa could attack Senator Johnson and Senator Kun with us because I saw him as a brother. That's what really happened. I never thought that he could attack us. And brother, this is the next thing, right? Nimba is all of us county. Nimba is out of our county. Is it right to deny the two senators of Nimba, even if there are 5 million interest in our home? It is not right to deny them. Nimba is their home. They are the senator of Nimba. So to come and pass through Gogwatu, Zozwale, will that take away the CDC votes from Zozwale? For Senator Johnson and Senator Kun to come and pass through Zozwale to go to Gogwatu? Will it take CDC victory from them? You know, so what the fact is, that our place is there. But for me, the reason why I said let us go in the town was because I feel when my brother couldn't.
Okay, maybe he will come back. Let me divert my last question to Emmanuel. During your
Hello?
the explanation, you talk about, I think if that you or Mr. Waro, that those guys that got hurt were
Wale
brought
is
to
back.
Ganta. Okay.
Okay, I'm back,
Wale is
right?
back.
So I never thought that Kuyokpa would attack us. I never thought like that. That's why I even took that risk with my life. Because when we
Yeah,
saw
go ahead. Go
Kuyokpa, we
ahead
were
with the
working
question.
to Kuyokpa. We were working to him as brothers. In fact, when Kuyokpa and I were wrestling, a guy took single barrel to shoot me. But Kuyokpa and I were together. That's how Zod jumped on the guy and took the single barrel from the guy. Actually, we ourselves, we really took risks with our life because we thought this guy is our brother. The issue you talk about and you touch about our press conference. This is it. Senator Johnson just held a press conference requesting the CDC government to publish the turnover notes. After Senator Johnson had visited former President Sirleaf and they had conversation on the turnover note. So Senator Johnson held a press conference and requested the CDC government to share the turnover note with the Liberian people because Madam Sirleaf said she left certain amount in the cupboard and CDC said no. So Senator Johnson said, since you people are saying no, publish the turnover report. After that press conference that day, Senator Johnson came to the MDR headquarters, and we were in an executive committee meeting when a senator called Senator Johnson in that meeting and told Senator Johnson that there was a plan to have him arrested that day. When they called Senator Johnson in that meeting, the entire executive committee member of MDR was there. So Senator Johnson, his pressure started to go high up. It was a serious situation. So the National Executive Committee decided to inform the world about the threat on her political leader. Brother, you cannot threaten the godfather of Nima and the liberator of the Nima people, and then you don't expect the world to know. So we understand this as an information to the world to say there is a threat on the life of our political leader. You yourself, you could even do. If your father left is threatening, if your leader life is threatening, quality awareness about it, it means nothing. That was the awareness we call. That was a crime we committed in this country that our brethren went and they did recording. They sent it to George Weah and they told George Weah that we're buying weapons. One Humphrey Jacobs from Nimba. That was a crime we committed that made us to leave our family in Monrovia to go to Nimba for 6 months. If it were you, your leader is striking, your father is striking, my brother. If you do not have anything to do, you will inform people to say, oh, this is a threat. So we inform the world. I think we're peaceful. That is the essence of democracy.
Thank you, Wallo. Thank you, Chris. Your last question, gentlemen. Chris, I'm coming, gentlemen.
My last question.
Chris, 1 second. I want to appreciate you guys.
Marvin.
Hold on. Yeah, Emmanuel, when you want to talk to the children, put yourself on mute. So, Chris, gentlemen, we've been here almost going to 3 hours. We want to appreciate you guys for coming to provide this clarity. We have less than 20 minutes to go. So, Chris, ask your last question, then we will hear from CRT, and you guys will give their parting comment so we can close the show.
Okay. So, my last question would be, I know that issue talk about attacking Senator Johnson was just a political calculation. There are no by others Senator Johnson 2023 were just fake propagandas that was made. So I just want to clear that air. It wasn't true. My last question, you said, I think in my or you, one person said, when those guys were held in a place that brought in Ganta, where they were treated. So my question is, the treatment those guys took in Ganta was NDRO who no to the payment, the treatment, or it was Mike Bloom. So I just want to have that, clear, because myself last year he paid for it, and now you guys say your brothers guys are treating them. So who treated those people in Ganta? Who took the initiative? Thank you.
So now let me hold you there. Whether or not payment was made, the key thing we should look at is there was an incident that happened. They agreed and established that exactly these things happen. Whether or not who pay, who not pay, it should not be the issue. The issue is if these things happen, I want you to accept. Then you can ask who pay. The money pay wasn't mine. That's not true. That's not true. Senator Johnson may so rest in peace. And the vice president, Mike came to sympathize with us. He came in as when it happened. Some of them, Mike is a brother to us, my brother. Mike was always around us. Always. Every day, Mike used to be around us. So at certain point, Mike will get our gas. At certain point, Mike will call, we'll have conversation. So he came to us in Senator Johnson compound. It was Mike, many people, even dog about all of them came, but it's not occurred. So what or not who pay should not be the issue. But what you just said, that it was a political bluff, political calculation. Who are you to determine what we say? These things that we're discussing is factual. Those things were things that were discussed. So you don't just say it was a bluff. No, you are not security personnel. You don't just say and say, you don't just say that was a bluff. It wasn't a bluff. If you see some of us left our family, who left our homes, who spent 4 or 5 months in Lima, it was because of these things, because of security threat. You're not security personnel, but you can just say that was a bluff. Why you say you to say it's a bluff? Wasn't a bluff.
So additionally, in this kind of conversation, where you are one of the panelists and other people are giving their opinion, you don't just come out to judge somebody as being wrong and you truth when you do not have any evidence to provide to justify the truth that you have claimed. So what you do, make your point, but do not pass judgment as to who is right or who is true, because you are not in the possession of any evidence to provide to back your claim. You see? And let me tell you this. You see, Senator Johnson was a man who put his life on the line for all of us to have life today and for our kind to remain. So in Nimba, you guys should be proud that there were young people like us who thought that what he did for our generation, we should stand by him to the end, which we did. So what you guys should be doing now is to see how all of us, we can talk about his legacy because he's the greatest son of Nimba who lived. And I mean, Senator Johnson is dead. So like other people are talking about reconciliation, that's what we need. Because the Nimba community today looks very alike. We have a lot of educated and very smart young people. So we cannot have this kind of skills, knowledge, and wisdom, and then we have ourselves in this array here. Unity is good, so let us preach the unity. DK, where you can take it from there.
Thank you, thank you. I think Victor Kwesa said he wanted to provide some clarity on the entire Zuali, so we were waiting for him. So if he doesn't come, when you guys are here, we will kind of ask for.
Are they back?
No, I haven't seen him here. Victor is not here, but in fact, Victor wanted to provide support to the guys that are in studio, the NDR guys. So he doesn't come.
The CDC guy wanted to ask question. Why is he lost?
Who?
CDC man there?
The CDC guy.
He left.
Ama
not get.
I think he's facing some network
problem. Ama run away.
That man, Molu.
Well, DJ.
Yeah.
If no question, can we step down into the process? We'll say a question for the people.
Go ahead.
Okay. We
So
would forget a little bit about
your question. Don't attach emotion to your question.
No emotion. I will leave a little bit about what happened in District 3, and I just want to follow down a little bit into national politics.
Hold on.
Okay.
Vita is here.
Do that in our party.
Vita, our argument here is on the Zuade issue. We are actually out of time, and so we are bringing you because you be man in the government, so that you will not park our car when you see you in Labrador. Be quick on your input and your experience about the Zuade issue.
Okay, I'm here.
You hearing me? Vita, you either playing something.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, you hearing me now? If Vita, you can rejoin. You see, I will tell Vita to rejoin. He either playing something in the back or he was listening to the show. So, Chris, what was your question? Those guys had to go. They've been here for almost 3 hours, particularly Wallow.
All right. Yes, I know those people from NGR, and that's my former party. And I just want them to address this. The status right now of NGR, right? They are tussle between Honorable Grikia and Senator Koga on the leadership of the party. And Waldo is one person, you two from the NGR party executive committee. Of course, we were somehow treated left from the party. What is the status of the party when it comes to leadership right now? Who are looking at to replace the Joseph ticket? Maybe around 2028 or for convention. Who are looking at?
Let me come there before Zor comes in. Since Senator Johnson died, the party has been mooning. And the vice president of Liberia just announced that on the 28th of November, we'll be having Senator Johnson feast in Nimba. So right after Senator Johnson feast, the party will hold a major press conference. At the major press conference the party is going to hold, the party is going to furnish you with every necessary information. The reason why you are not hearing the party is because we have been mooning. But after the feast next month on the 28th, what I can tell you, we will have a major press conference and most of your doubt will be served. That's what I can say on this matter.
Sure.
Thank you. Let's hear from Victor quickly. We are out of.
Well, DK, thank you very much. I'm not live.
You're live.
Okay, thank you. You see, I listened to all of you on the show, and I want to say a very big thank you. And thank you to my two brothers that are there tonight. One thing that I want to clarify was one of the questions that were asked before going to Zwale. In fact, the whole of Zor, there was a formal communication written to NEC to allow us, move our campaign team to Zwale. And at that time, CDC had gone there and have done what they could. And we were allowed to move in. And Zwale, the Zor we're talking about constitute almost 20 towns or so. And so to enter, we have just covered 4 towns, and the rest of the towns are behind Zwale, and we have to enter. And somebody is in the middle and saying you cannot pass here, as the threat could be on Facebook, would have been something that was pre-calculated, and people should understand that way. NEC has allowed us to go in. And so if somebody was staying in the way of another party to say, yet you are allowed by the constituted authority, but you cannot pass here, then we should know the source of where the conflict is coming from. In fact, that day, our thought was, let's pass through Zwale, let's leave Zwale. But it was actually an ambush, as Mr. Moses said, that the entrance was hostile, the exit was hostile, but in the middle, certain ways somehow, they created an atmosphere that there were people who want to jubilate along and all of that. Wallo, Emmanuel, and the rest of the guys entered before us. The VP and, in fact, the 2 senators were at the back, and I was in the middle. When we entered, the gun we're talking about had been shot already. We saw those guys down. Those few guys we're talking about that were brought to the hospital or in the hospital for their admission and discharge, that people are claiming payment and all of that, were people that will rescue first to bring them to Ganta. So one thing I want to make clear tonight is Kumpa intentionally defy the constitutional authority to say we will not even pass through to go behind. Zwale was not the only town. There were a couple of towns behind. But for somebody to sit in the middle and say nobody should come here, when you can't, nobody should pass through this town even. It was just hostility that they planned. But one thing that I want to agree with Emmanuel for this tonight, Kumpa said last night, and I listened, that Nima unity that people are talking about is not possible. Wow, Nima unity? If it does not matter to him, it matters to us that have our family, our children, and our feelings and our properties and everything here. It matters to us a lot. But to sit down elsewhere and say Nima unity is not possible. It does not matter to him. It speaks volume. It means the same hostility at that time, he still want to multiply and disturb the peace and unity of Nimba. And so we should take note of that. When our brother is saying Nimba unity is not important to him, it means he wants to put Nimba into chaos. So all of us on this show, the first step that I want us to consider is how we can reconcile our people, which is very important. I'm planning to even go to Zwale. It's very important. I'm planning to go to Waipley. It's important. And before I go there, I will call him. When I'm going to Waipley, the team of us that want to plan this thing and call our colleagues on the table to talk about it and go around, we will sit down to talk about it and see how we can call the other side so we can reconcile our people. So reconciliation should matter to Kuyumpa a lot. But to say Nima unity does not matter to him, so it means Nima brutality is the one he prefers, then it's a problem. This show is not just meant for us to listen to each other. And when we close it, it's done. I think this show is gearing towards something. And what matters to me a lot is when we say something here and there's a problem that may shift, certain condition to our country, we all should go for it and settle it. So let's go for that particular statement. Let's underline it. That Nimba unity does not matter to him. He didn't see it coming true. It speaks volume. We all got to go for that statement to see how we can iron our differences. This is politics. It comes. And when the time is gone, you walk with a winner. And so I feel tonight, our brother got to come back and see the formula he can prefer for all of us to unite Nimba, for us to discuss it together. But to say Nimba unity is not possible is where my problem lies. So whether sedition, we Unity Party people that feel that we should unite our people more, feel that we should come together and unite our county and get our people living in peace. All these things we're talking, Queen will fly and go. For us in government, sometimes we're going, we carry security and this and that, but our brothers are vulnerable. They are there, they're standing there, talking to each other face to face. What happens when the few of us are not agreeing to unity? You know the trouble it will cause behind us. So I just come tonight on this show to condemn that statement and to call on our brother to reconsider that statement, not to put us into more trouble. Because when he was saying Zor will not do it, Zor came out and voted well for Unity Party. And if you put Zwale in the middle to say Nima cannot reconcile because of Zwale alone, which we feel we have supporters there. Yes, indeed, supporters are there for us. And so if you keep Zwale like that, there'll be families not speaking to each other. Different families are going against each other in that one town. At the same time, Nima town, the very towns are looking at Zwale to be a hostile place. Why there are good citizens there? So Anthony should not draw Zwale to problem. Anthony should not create problem for Zwale. So we beg him. He's a brother. And I think Wallo spoke to me that day and said, my man, we are going ahead. I said, Wallo, can we move in convoy? He said, Anthony is our brother. And it's that brother who I feel that Wallo carry. It's that same thing I carry Emmanuel. And I think that brother will stay exist. So I think he has to reconsider. Let's work on Nimba unity and the peace of our people. Let me stop there for now.
Thank you, former campaign manager for Unity Party, Nima, current deputy director for administration, Liberia Forestry Development Authority.
My position and not been canceled whatever by the president. I'm still a campaign chair. Any campaign, I'm still the chair.
After campaign, so thank you. One clarity I wanted to provide is, Brother Victor, the best we do here is when there is issue that another brothers of ours is mentioned in any of our interview, the best we do is to reach out for clarity. In fact, Emmanuel had called CRT that he wanted to be on the phone. So we told them no, we can provide a space for you guys to have all the time and come and clarify. So because of that, I told him, reach out to Wallo, reach out to Shadrach, and we said, okay, today for you guys to come and clarify. So this show, we are doing everything to make it balanced. In fact, one of our frustrating things is they show people feel say we establish it for JPON. Then when JPON people come here too, they say, oh my man, sometimes you can bring other people there, they can be targeting the vice president. So the way we're in the middle, sometimes it can be good down. So we'll do everything to make the show balanced. Even somebody come here and say something about Peter, we will contact you and we'll set up a specific time you come and clarify. Anything you guys hear that we are not doing right, the best way is to always reach out to us to make the show balanced so that all of our voices can be heard. Thank you.
DK, no, DK, what I'm talking about is this 1 minute. DK, I'm not talking about balancing the show. No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me just clarify this, DK. Let me clarify this. My issue is not just balancing the show, which is important. My issue is all of us sitting here in the bank. If that's an issue, like the way Queen brother to say he's not seeing Nimba unity possible, it should draw our attention that all of us work at it, that it is possible. That's what I'm saying. We should not just keep it at the show level whatever we ever to do to unite our people should be our concern. This platform, if any of us express certain things that we know that it will harm the peace and stability of our country, we should go for it and see how we can resolve it. You get water side, you get Emmanuel side. It's important. But the actual thing is, let's draw the attention of our people so we can resolve issues. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so Victor, hold on. Here's the mistake you're making. Queenpa yesterday said the unity, Nima unity, you guys are pushing it to take them out of job. And when you get job to come back, then they are the worst. So Queenpa said it in the context. You are from Berlin. Queenpa is from Berlin. And you think we can have reconciliation there? We can have the reconciliation but the particular thing he said Lana was the unity, the Nima unity. For me, my understanding was the Nima unity is taking out of job, Vita and Zor that come they enjoy, then that is unity. Maybe I may have understood it differently, but I think he was speaking in that context. We will not say that people say that divide Nima or that take on from one another in Nima. So I think that's the context. You can still reach out to your brother. You can do well in that regard. I think you have anything to say. We are about to close, so our guests can get a party.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
I can hear me. Yeah, I know what you're talking plenty for. But anyway, I want to say thanks to all the honorables who took up their time. I mean, I don't know what time is it in Liberia now. Very late to be on the show. I want to say thank you so much to all of them. And as I always say to our guests, this should not be your last time. I pray and hope that you guys come and be part of this, because this is, I think Victor said it well, this is a vision that we all have to uphold, right? It's a Nimba thing. You know, people can say whatever they want to say about it. You know, we Nimbanians, we love ourselves. So this is a Nimba thing. I hope that all of us come on board to make this work. The reason I heard Victor saying something good about the show, and I think most people may not have caught it. He said something about this show should not only be about people coming. I'm paraphrasing this now. People coming and saying things and expressing their dissatisfaction, but we should also use the show as a means to unite our brothers, right? People who disagree. So I think we are sitting in a very good spot to be able to unite our people, you know, do some form of reconciliation. We have direct contact to my own man Jay Tuni, and then we'll also have direct contact with Victor and then E-Man and all those other folks involved. So I think DK, one thing we should take from tonight's show is to, if you listen to everyone who talked, everybody is saying the same thing, expressing their dissatisfaction, but there's one good tune that you can't overlook. Everyone is calling each other brothers, and we are all open to working together and uniting. So I think DK, you got connection with everyone. I think we should take that initiative, reach out to our brothers, and try to put them together and reconcile. You know, hopefully that works. But again, I want to say thanks to everyone for coming, and we look forward to having you guys on here again. Honorables.
Thank you, Alvin. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. We hear from Director Victor. Wanted to go first, or we hear from our first guest. Victor will be the last. We'll keep him here for last. King also the last I say you will come back. You passing behind our men and will come. Go ahead, Wallow. From Wallow to email.
DJ.
My man, you will stay here to see.
DJ coming now. We were on the show last night. I coming DJ. We're on the show last night when Anthony spoke, right? Where people of Victor spoke right now, we're on the show that make it clear. The statement Anthony made last night.
Now, what show now for their clarity? That include that they will talk.
Man, that the people go ahead.
Yeah, Victor, they are politicians. Many from Berlin. The other CDC,
you from Tabata, then you won't be.
Coming
back. Okay, let me begin by saying thanks to you guys for this organization. You guys are doing extremely well. And then I would like to call on my brother Kuyongpa and ask him to understand that we have never had any problem prior to the situation in Zwale. And the situation in Zwale just erupted in a twinkle of an eye. What happened there happens. But I hope that Queen Park can muster the courage for us to engage our people in Bear, because we shouldn't be involved with wasting of each other's blood. So to have 9 of his brethren from Campley and Lapierre to be bullet as the result of his order, we need to talk it out. So all of us, we from over there at the appropriate time, we talk to our big brothers, we talk to our colleague, all of us to walk in whatever we need to do there traditionally for our parents to bless us, for it to be done. And then another thing is this. I would like for Queen Park to understand that no matter what history brings, Prince Johnson remains the greatest son of Nimba. You know, we agree that his father, Thomas Kuyonpa, was a son of Nimba. He was one of those sons who represented Nimba. But when it comes to contribution in Nimba, he should agree that Senator Johnson is the greatest son of Nimba. And 2, Senator Johnson is dead, my people. So every Nimba County children who had dissatisfaction with Senator Johnson, who had disagreement with Senator Johnson, I just feel that it should end now. It should end now. Let us stop discussing Senator Johnson in a negative way. If you go to other countries, people like Senator Johnson, their stories and legacy are kept to make their kind great. Senator Johnson is one of the greatest sons who ever came from our kind. As he has gone to rest, let us allow his soul to rest in peace, and let us stop discussing him in a derogatory manner. So I want to say thanks to all of you, and let God bless the all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Wai and Tim. I want to say thank you for bringing up to give the side of our story. One thing I noticed, and as a him or as a brother to Anthony, is he feel frustrated by not reconciling with Senator Johnson till he died. That one thing I noticed. You see, before and after the election, Anthony attempted meeting with Senator Johnson two, 3 times to have a conversation. So the frustration comes in that he never had an opportunity to reconcile with Senator Johnson before he would die. So I feel he play on him. So whenever he comes out, he want to say he's looking for means. As I said to you, like just sense of humor. For example, your mom, someone will say, I will be your, you try to want to take my laptop. It doesn't mean she want to take her laptop, but she's seeking for attention. So the brother want us to reconcile. The brother want you people to establish that conversation for us to reconcile our differences. So I have no issue with it. As my brother Peter said, it will be very prudent enough that we ourselves will embrace it, to go to these places for us to have a conversation. White play, it was bloody. You guys wasn't around, but white play was bloody. Zwale, it was terrible. But at least if people see us going back there to sit with them and have a conversation, that's another way of uniting Nimba. What all we have is Nimba. I'll move from here, I go to Nimba, the place I can really enjoy having time.
You do not want to reconcile and be very much arrogant like this. This is wrong.
I'm not arrogant.
This is wrong.
I'm telling you where his disappointment comes. I'm a friend, they've been my brother. You understand? I told you when he met him from America, he came to me, he heard myself for over 5 minutes.
Your very best friend, Nesco, your very best friend grabbed the man in your and knocked him down. And knock him down. Your best friend, Nesco, grabbed him.
I didn't self-defense. It was self-defense.
Mama, I beg you, you will have your time.
You watch the scene? You watch the scene when you watch the scene when the guy took the single barrel to shoot this person?
The only thing Nesco gun was not on his side. He wanted to shoot him. He had to, when he was running for his gun on his side, how Anthony Quimpa.
You assume me? They attack me.
So he woke up from bed. He woke up from bed. So he woke up from bed. So you want to take a bath. So I want to say thank you. Once it have to do with Nima, the only war I fought in a place, like Ebola war, Victor, you know, where you were where? We went from town to town, village to village to educate our people. Whatever their issue, we come together and handle it as Nima people, as Nimbadian. But to say we will plan or I will plan to harm somebody, I never dream of that. I never and I will never. So I know Anthony is following. Anthony, like you must say, have a conversation before. I'm done with that. The best thing we can do for ourselves, the next generation to come, these things happen. Now, campaign time, I know you will honor things on your chief giving money to implement, but God will have it. The good God that we serve protected us. Nothing happened to us. So we don't move ahead. They move ahead to protect the Nima on agenda. So it should not be because you are not in the seat. Yesterday, when you were in the seat, we hear you, we supported you.
We have to go to Vita, so we're not hearing you. So Vita, we are actually out of time. We'll go to Amma. After Vita, we'll come to you. Know, guys, I stay here. Amma will speak to Wallo. Said he threw Queen Pa on the ground. I don't know what led to that torso. He didn't say much about that. But Vita close, then we'll hear from the CDC man, so that our panelists can do their final parting comment.
Hello. Am I live?
Yes, you are okay.
Okay, good. So quickly, let me say a very big thank you tonight for everything we said. For me, I pray that we all will gear towards one goal, which is the unity of Nimba. There are, in the forest, I'm a forester now. There are stakes, and there are trees, and there are logs. And you are opportune to be the logs. If you allow for the storm to hit you to break, the number of sticks or tree that you will bring down will not be easy. So if all of us sitting here are opportune to be one of the logs in our community and standing up there as a big tree, we should do whatsoever possible to unite ourselves up here, because for any reason that's a hit, the number of persons down there that will be affected will be more. So we are playing with it, but I'm calling on Nimba unity, which all of us should go for. When 2020 election ended, the most hostile town on us at the time was Wangley. Blood wasted, especially Capital citizens that went there with me. But one thing I did after the election, anybody from Wangley can bear me witness, I left all Capital citizens behind. I took 2 persons from outside and I worked with them in Wangley. I called meeting, town hall meeting. I sat down with them, I called the town chief. I said, what happened in town was wrong. Our people are hate. Please put elders together from Wangley to go to Capital and go talk to our people, and we will move here too. They were shocked. For Ireland to go there, no Capital citizen behind me. Today, no matter what, Wangley elders still recognizing that. We will still plan to do that. However, our brother on the other side, let's see this thing that this is our own county. To be great, we must unite. Political differences should not shoot guns against each other. It was bad. The last thing I want to conclude with is Senator Johnson, the Queen Pa, and the great men of Nimba that left us. For their legacy to be great, it will come from us. But to sit down on some of these shows like this and denigrate them, it will not help Nimba. It will not help you. And will not help the generation to come. So when we appear on this show, let us leave them alone. Like what happened last night, Kumpa want to go extreme with Senator Johnson and this and that. You can't do that. Let's leave these people. They play their role. Had not been these guys, you know where you will be today? You know where Prince Johnson passed? So I beg that we maintain the legacy of our fathers and protect the legacy and move towards doing greater things. It might not be war this time around, but it might be intellectual balance that we can grab the country Liberia, we can grab the world, but we can base on their matter they have plotted already. All public administrators will know that when there's no empirical formula, you cannot go ahead. Let's watch what has been done and transform it to another level that Nimba Unity will be together and we will plot it well to move Nimba forward. Unity is what I'm preaching tonight. I'm calling all of you that might have appeared neutral. There's some of you that were not in country. You might appear a little bit neutral than the physical faces that saw each other here. You can come in, we talk to each other to see how we can move Nimba forward. Thank you very much tonight. Nimba Unity is possible.
Thank you for joining, Victor. Thank you. At least we got you lately, but at least you came and made all the points you should have made at least an hour. Thank you. CDC Amma Bros. Can we hear you in a few minutes so we can close the show? Do you have a single question?
Thank you.
Yes or
yeah, not question. I just want to correct some checkpoint because my own cousin Emmanuel Zob mentioned me that Amma and they were aware. So I just want to correct that. We are friends, we are family, and each and every one of us will always be brother. Will always. I think TK were doing in our days in the Capitol building. I was with Julius, and at that time you are with Koga in Koga office there. You know that you and I will never have boundary. We will have all of the disagreement. Will come from CDC protests. You can't say, my man, I UP man, I Ellie man. We'll sit down together. We eat. We have nice conversation. We'll go through all. That's how we have been, and will always be. But you know, when you see some people there who take everything in politics very serious. You see, today, our own friend, Nesco sitting out order, Nesco can take things very personal with people and he can target people for a very long period of time. This is why my cousin sitting over there in someone's hometown for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake, some of us, when we win it, when we start seeing video from over there, the very first thing on the occasion of that program, because some people saying that people in the CDC were aware they didn't want to sponsor it, the entire campaign team made a call with Anthony and said, and even recommended to him that he should leave from his hometown that particular time, because we already got the information that Nesco and his other teams of game, because Nesco and his entire team, you know who is Nesco in the country. I need to tell anybody in the country leading a team that is going to Douala. Going to Douala. No, let us be very much sincere to the issue here. Going to Douala, we advise Anthony to leave from Douala 2 days to that program. The campaign team, because the president appointed me as Secretary General. I left my official position in the party. The president appointed me as the Secretary General on Exolarity. We are managing more than 3,008 Exolarity across the country, so we have information everywhere. We advised Anthony to leave from a hometown 2 days to that occasion. Anthony said that no matter what, leaving from my own self village, my people, it will be looking at abandoning it. But I promised the campaign team that there will be no violence. And I even having some of my friends. It was when he mentioned Emmanuel Zob, my personal friend, if anything over there, I don't think that they will be there, people harming. So you all should not worry. I say, you sure? For me here, I have conversation. I say, you sure? He said, yes. So the CDC is never a violent party. We never supported what went on there, even though Nesco went and jumped on Anthony Cohen, knocking down, was asking for a gun to shoot him before he had to escape, jump in the forest in his own hometown, that he could not vote on election day because they had already brought someone. According to information with African China, the moment Anthony lay out on him, he would die. Anthony was even in forest. We have to be communicating with him. We have to send additional, because we have safe house and safe location for him Melvin Yelu and many of the campaign team in him will have safe location for them, safe set. We have to send special vehicle to bring Anthony to town. He never use an official vehicle to come to Monrovia. For us, we are part of that particular circle controlling our technical security team, and we are aware of it. For our brothers to come here, they are not even discussing on how to pathway for genuine reconciliation. They are still in the doubt that they never did anything wrong. I think it is quite unfortunate. It is very much unfortunate. If you want, I'm a son. When our parents then come Mongruden and Woto Mongruden, they were leading with towards them when they were leading Nima. There always used to be issues. There always used to be differences. But their ability to bring our people there together and unite the country, that's what matters. When those things happen, every one of us young people, you and the person relationship, you can say, brother, how you call it, we are brother, we always knock bottle together. Those things happen, we make mistake. All right, my man, I for you. And I almost 13 your life, you have to go in the forest and be in the forest for almost 3 days before you get to rescue land and for you to something. That's a bygone is bygone. Let us kill cow and forget our. But if for some other came from traditional time and like one we are done to many people, we can make the sacrifice our elder from so they settle that matter and then we move on. Me, for one person, I'm a son of Bonwe. Me and Prince Johnson, God man play people. We are done. You test anybody, you go against anybody that complete curse that come after your generation. So me, this is why anytime the moment I reach Senator Johnson, he say, Dana can here I will have very good conversation through all his life. Koga today, when I reach Koga say, Dana, that tradition will honor it and we don't joke with it. So other country, what never happened in Lofa, what never happened in Bon County during the election, because Prince Mo is my personal friend. I'm meeting and they are interact with him anytime. Prince Mo and Maviko could not see eye to eye. We were always intervening in Bon County. Meeting today, Prince Mo and Maviko. No, let me end this on Lofa. Other countries have genuine reconciliation and have, but you know, our people there in Lima. No, our people there in Lima, the general reconciliation, even some of other into newspaper business, they don't even, some of our own circles in our family people there, they don't want to sit with us in public. They can say, oh, my man, before our people then say, I interacting with you, of course, let me go. What I care for you, let me just drop in and go. No, let me say the second one. But people there, even their current finance minister, they can come, they sit down, they have meeting with people from outside that are in rescue. How you call it? Other countries will go to their office, they invite or will sit down. But this thing, everyone can.
Okay, so Amma is muted. We have to go.
D-Way, Amma said something about me that I need to provide information on.
Well, you made a man to come back.
No, I need to provide information. He said something about me.
Okay, go ahead. I will unmute him when you're done, then he can say something too.
Okay. This Amma young man is a young man that I don't really know like that. This is my first time having more than 5-minute confrontation with him. Sometimes in 2023, this young man took to the Facebook and started to post my photo that the government should dismiss me because I'm buying weapons for Prince Johnson, this young man. So I don't know him. I will always go into his profile to see him. The first time I lay eye on him was around 72nd where they sell the GB. So when I saw him, he came to speak to me. So I saw his face, I said, but this is a young man who always posting against me. I don't know him. Later on, when I went into a profile, I started to see him with Moluba Molu. I started to see him in CDC Regalia before I get to know why he was behaving the way he behaving. So if you don't know me from nowhere and you posting these kind of things on me, how do you expect me to embrace you if I see you? Because you don't know me and you started to post on me. So if you say you know what, I don't know if you know my character because people know me in this country. I don't know if you really know my character. I don't know where you know me from because I don't really know you like that. So I don't know where you really know me from because I don't know you like that.
Thank you. DK, can I come in?
Go ahead.
DK, let me come in. DK,
DK,
my.
you promised for me to come in, DK.
Amma, hold on. Emmanuel, hold on. Amma, let Emmanuel speak, then you'll respond to two of them. We have to go, gentlemen. Emmanuel.
DK, I listen to Amma. Amma said 2 different times, 2 days prior to our going, they spoke with Anthony and they said to Anthony, leave that place, leave from there and come to town. You listen to him. That means, and they're asking you, so you can stay there, nothing will happen. What was the intent? Conversation was held. You understand? So these things were planned. So Amma, the good thing is we family, right? I identify with everybody. You see this show, we are show, you work on a show. It's that thing where you can't change anything. It doesn't change anything. You can't make me to open your brain and to say, Amma, I'm putting in one inside so you can get sent and you're not be causing people. No, I can call you and tell you, man, preach politics and forget about attacking personality. We family. You choose the right you go in at your business. You like you and Molo go your camera. I'm a Benisa. I can say when you will talk with you, will do things together. So my son had nothing to do with my affiliation. No, that's not our tendency. If I coming close to you will make you to feel our impact to make decisions positively. That's the kind of people we are. This government is a responsible government, and every actors in this government, we are all responsible, intelligent people. So I'm not so convinced that we can have that conversation to say, oh, the person not supporting. No, election finished. It's all about governance. Governance. That's why you see us. We don't carry a party to our very offices that you guys did before. That's not political party. We're going to work. Have you ever seen me on social media to read anything about my function or my activity? No, that's governance. I'm not going to work bearer to say I'm going like all the ministers to do. No. So I want you to understand that if you've been calling me, yes, we can be as a family people, but I'm not always socially. I'm not that strong like you like I used to be before. I'm not. One thing I would say again, if you don't know somebody, don't just speak about them. The young man Wallow, the one intelligent person I ever come across, that advise people. Don't know people from distance. Come closer. Spend time with the person. So to close, I know I got me hang up to close. I want to say thank you to whosoever who created this chat, this platform. I appreciated this. My second or third time following. I've been following, and the campaign managers regularly say this should not just be about us coming to explain our side. I explain today, the person come tomorrow. It's about you finding a way that we can all come together as one people. I'm willing to reconcile.
Politician, our platform.
I'm willing to reconcile. I'm not refusing to reconcile, as you say, Amma. I am willing to reconcile with whosoever that want to reconcile. The first thing is, you should have the first man that what you're about to say, you're about to do is what you plan to do. But you not come to say, okay, I want to reconcile, but you're not being honest. When you're honest, the conversation will go through. So thank you.
Thank you, Ime. Amma, can you respond?
Thank you. Why it's true that I will not be having the time to respond to like ministers and your famous rescue and MDR people. Let it be clear to our my own very good cousin that the bearer of the CDC represent the symbol of the party. We honor it at every time in our party. We honor it and we can use it anywhere. So describing the CDC bearer, which you probably will, and probably you have a lot of images in to be denigrating it today. That is quite unfortunate. But you are a good gentleman. And actually, let me switch directly to Wallow. Wallow, for you to say you don't know Amma, stop that. You know that you know me very well. Let me quote exactly what I posted. You went on Facebook at that time, you were still in your official security positions, and you attacked President Weah just as you did with that of Bouaka. But Bouaka, he don't have the testing like President Weah and that of the member of the CDC to dismiss you. You are still in your official position, which I know I will not call you for security reasons, which you and I know. You went and have press conference, announce yourself a campaign chairman, and announce yourself you criticize the regime. I say, and on that table, many people are having a conversation. I say, for you, you are going to elections in my particular quote in our room. I said, we are going to election for the people of Nimba for you to say that and say, you want to dismiss the man because he made this statement. That will missing for that or for him having his opinion. And then I went on Facebook. I said, our brothers from Nimba, they are making their insecurity positions. We have to do with protecting of the state, and they are making public political statement against the very regime that they said without them resigning. I said it clearly on Facebook. When I went to the GB shot the next day, I had some of my friends there. They said that the Wallo man, what he was talking about, you pointing finger at you. I said, but Wallo can't be pointing finger at me. Wallo is while they're talking and pointing finger at you. I say, I'm moving with Meriton. I said, let me go to him and go speak to him. You don't need to be talking about me. Why I said, everybody that know me in the country, I don't back and go. I'll keep directly to you. I say, Wallo, how you doing? Because I already heard that you were talking about me. How you coming on? You never even spoke to me. Listen, and you say you don't know me. I went directly to you. I spoke to you. I spoke to you with intention that I have nothing against you.
I have resigned from NSA. I made the
listen. It was before you even sending that letter, and you know that nobody had that time. Let me you talk and listen. We are not in shouting competition, chief. Bossman. Let me learn.
There's now a CDC chat room, man. CDC talk will come down there, man. Y'all close the chat.
You see that? They will never want independent opinion on the platform. This is why you guys don't want. You want this platform to be stereo control. I have to say it's MDR. That's why MDR is dying daily in the country. MDR is weak. It's more weak than ever.
Okay, I muted Wallo so you can speak. But for Wallo and Emmanuel are our guests tonight. The best we can do always is to protect our guests. We brought you as one of the supported guest panelists, saying you represent the CDC to have your voice. I know we've been going beyond our time, and with Wallo is the first person that came here. You've been here for more than 3 hours. So we had to close this platform. We invited you all the time to come and have the voice of the CDC here. We are here all the time. Anytime you're ready to come. We have a lot of people. We encouraging Wallo and your party to send somebody from NDR to be their voice here. So we encourage you to come all the time. Don't only see the NDR people, then you rush here to come say your CDC to them because you're once upon a time marriage and they divorce you. So we want to tell you thank you for coming. Wallo and Emmanuel, this is your home. Thank you guys for coming. If you guys have anything to say before we leave, I know you guys are giving your parting comment. We're about to close and we appreciate you for coming, particularly Wallo joined the show since 8 p.m. in Liberian time, which is very late on his side. So we want to appreciate you guys for coming. This is your home. Make time to always come here. You have our number. Anything you hear about your party and you want to provide clarity, come. I actually muted the Armand Begin because we've been reaching out to him to come here and represent a party. He always doing all that day because he saw you today. He want to come get your headache. And I against it because you all divorce the people prematurely, so they stay very young. Yeah, it's safe. People when I want to see you, they want to throw you with rock. So thank you guys.
And for FDR, we got never for CDC.
Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, my cousin had this when you go to bed. Every time when you go to bed, be on the MDR.
MDR is a dead party now. MDR is a dead party. MDR is a dead party right now.
Discuss what is happening in Zoualier. We were not called to discuss politics, but if you want us to discuss politics, I beg you, if you bring us in studio, bring CDC vice chairman, but not a bear ball.
Well, we see
In fact, the guy said, I think, I'm not too sure.
You see, the man is referring to me as bad boy. The brother is not ready for reconciliation.
I'm not
He is
sure that he's into
referring to me
politics.
as
The
bad
last
boy.
time I checked,
He is referring to me as bad boy.
he said he was anti-base with one stand. So he told me clearly that he's not into politics. So to hear him mentioning CDC as he representing CDC, that tells me that he's not being honest. Because today you say you are not into politics, you were with a civil society grouping. The next day you pushing politics. So you got to define your role. You got to be honest and define what you want.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for this duality. I think you guys from Berlin. Don't care whether Anthony gave whatever story, but I think there's a need for reconciliation. The only thing that we will not do here is to say that here to say the person was wrong, the person was right. So anytime somebody says something about another person, will try hard to bring them for clarity. The politician, those of you who enjoy our taxpayer money, that you people supposed to initiate that reconciliation. You're not initiate that. The same way you have to spoon for CDC more. Maybe CDC will kind of take it from your more. We're here to what we do. But you guys are always. I mean, I think we're taking you off our show before you bring politics. See you guys, we appreciate it. Go to
Thank you. I'm gonna see you, man.
Pastor, I don't get one problem with you, cuz. I don't get one problem with you. You know that.
You're not pushing politics. The last time you said you were civil society.
Okay, that year for Sabbath, that year from you, Praise and Amma will go home. I'm on mute.
Yeah, thank you, DK. I think the show tonight, the essence of having this show is to balance whatsoever information that is being spit out. And I mean the both guests tonight made a point. Like I said last night, that was the side of Mr. Kuyongpa. So it was professional on our side to bring the guys from the MDR during the campaign. So another thing is, I mean, the bottleneck of everything that I see here is people, are claiming they are right, and they are. But when you analyze everything that happened, I think the both sides, what we need to do at the end of the day is to reconcile, because they one other speaker was saying, even I made such position before that there were a lot of grave things that happened in other counties. Beyond that, people die and what have you. At the end of the day, those guys are alarmed and they are re-alarming. So we Nimbayans need to take politics to another level. Like Wallo was saying, sometimes it could be like maybe having joke, maybe making it like a joke, and then DK, I mean, I come into the higher place, don't come here. At the end of the day, you don't take it to be, at that level. But I mean, at the end of the day, whatsoever that happened, I think we need to come together as brothers to resolve that. And one thing you need to honor, I think we have reached out to you to come on this platform. This platform is highly independent, regardless of some of us we speak truth to power. And as a matter of fact, we are relatives. I even reached out to you the other day to get, the chairman of Stance. I sent him a message, but did not reply. So this show is for everyone, and we are growing. As we speak now, it's being aired in Tapeta and other, districts that have community radio stations. So we are all building it together. If you follow this show, in as much as possible, we are reaching out to all stakeholders anytime something is said about them, to come and do, make their position. So it was a good show. The only thing I can tell us, like Victor said, is to see how best we can, all come together and find, remedy to what has happened to pass over. Because at the end of the day, we become the victim. Other countries, we need to learn from them. I will say this for free. So NIMBA, we need to stand up regardless of your side. We all need to be free in our society, whether you support MDR, you support Unity Party. I mean, we should coexist. Like Amma and myself meet to the GB Sha, we eat our GB together, we do everything. And you will be accurate doing a normal thing. I don't get time for him. He know you will not change me. From 20, I know 13. When you come to the yard, you will talk all those things. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's just who he is. You don't change him for that. So nothing else. So for me, it was a good show. They wallow the email, you know, like every one of them keep saying they are all brothers. So we just need to resolve that. So I think that was the essence of them coming here tonight. Thank you. So, Chris, I think you can, because like you are doing, okay.
Chris, please be fast. We've been here for long.
No problem. It was a good show tonight, but I think those guys were not sincere in their discussion. The reason I asked Wado that question, if he was the person who spearheaded our press conference in the case of Johnson. You know, he can't be the security sector, he was the security sector. He came up with that release. Today, the government could say for the removal for the position. So what I'm trying to say is, when people of Vector was speaking, he told Anthony Ryan, I want to do the correction when he left the show. Anthony now, you know, just come and say, never you don't matter. And that's what he said. He set a basis. He talked about Musa was contesting the entire Congo in Nima when against that time where one supported or Musa. He talked about Garrison Yedu. People titled so that we will remove a position. He mentioned those names when the Nima needed that yesterday. So it's not possible now we're happy because those people have followers. They have people who believe in them and they are very hurt. You think they will come for a Nima needed calling for? It's how they are particularly thinking about last night. For people of better being a politician, just go down the last point. To go around to bring, Anthony different. I don't think it was fair on the show. Then you go back, people go back, link to the recording last night. Then you will understand where Anthony came up with that decision. But again, to people in Madrid, you were on the show. To Bob was CC to them, I'm surprised because you were in CC government yesterday. You're on payroll, right? They can't take a Bob Mob. Is that my great politician? I know he's defending another salary today. Who knows tomorrow when you leave? When you never leave, they give you a Bob Mob, you never do. Is that the kind of society? But we can be sincere. He said CC cause issue in Nima. You the party ain't deal with the issue in Nima in 2023 more than any other party. Why you the kind of show and people people ugly? Right? The entire thing that happened. But you can't be real. Sincere to the issue. But against African politicians, when the other side, they became injured. When the leader want to go solo, they became another, the best devil. But again, there was a good show tonight, and we have people to go back to that recording and link to that recording. Then you can have a better understanding where Anthony came from with that statement. But Anthony now just said, "Oh, never you didn't matter." But he set a basis. What happened to Musa yesterday? You became speaker. Where were the Nima unity? What were the Garrison you do when you remove from a position? What were the Nima people unity talking about? What was people title what I call so that he set a basis. So I don't want people when people speak, then they just hold one word in there, then they put somebody okay. I don't think in the container in Nima that unity going to work. We have to be sincere issue. We have to be real. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, CDC Amma. Can we hear from you? We have to go. Amma, you had to unmute yourself. You had to unmute yourself.
Are you guys getting me now? Okay. DK, let me tell you thank you. Let me tell you thank you so much. And thank you to all of the panelists, even the guests that who were not very much sincere to the disco, who came here just for showmanship and just to carry on their regular propaganda. We thank them for coming on the show. And DK, let me bring something to your attention. During your days, our time, politics in Nimba politics world is 200 times better than now. The politics in this time is very toxic, mainly Nimba County politics. It is very much toxic. When you are not careful, you will go. At certain time in the campaign, I went in campaign, I have to like probably basically hiding myself, sleeping in my own hometown, going in Bonwe, going in Sangonple, and even in Ban. In your own country, just different opinion on political ideas. People want to burn you alive. It is very much toxic, and that is not. Nimba County is a county of more than 1 million population. You do not expect this county to be a one-party county. What if, in a worst case scenario, what if, not in a worst case scenario, that CDC win, and you come up with that kind of statement? You see the local guys there, they are executive in United Party, they are executive in CDC. They respect each other, they say each other in the government. You see the Bonkante guys and the Bombing guys, and they can do the same thing anywhere. They saw Eastern Guard Party, they are the master of it. They visit each other, they sit down with each other, they go to each other horses, no matter the position that they are in. You know how many people that I know in the administration that they can visit and interact freely with Molu and other people. You know how many of the local garden? They are in numbers. They visit them, they sit down, they have lunch, they have dinner, they have support together, drink, I want to go. How many times are you seeing this happening in Nimba? All that they are pushing for Nimba County to be one party, they are not calling for general reconciliation. We need to be friends, we need to interact, let us reconcile after the campaign, we need to move on, let us have a Nimba developmental agenda. When you are pushing a thing, as our party loyalists, party agenda, many people will get on board. Everybody will push that. There have been no Nimba meeting, true or even in government, out of government, in position, outside opposition. I always identify with Nimba. I always go. I always contribute, even to the county thing, to everything. Once fundraising, you can ask the actor, all of them. My very good friend Arthur Wugbe that we used to say now this and right now we cannot do it. At that time, people then you think we never have to fear. People then they know. Let it change their attitude. If they want genuine reconciliation, we can have the genuine reconciliation. We can move forward. But when you have the desire to take more than 1 million people and make them a one political party country, some of us would definitely sincerely disagree. Not that we are enemies, but we believe that Nimba is very much intelligent intellectuals who we are past that stage. We can disagree, but we can still be one Nimba County people. We can disagree on political line. It in no way mean that we are enemies. You see my cousin order, like he was saying, Honor President Seli, I visit my cousin Wale Siwa Duna many days. We come from protesting, say, I come from protesting, he coming to my house for me to get something, we laugh about, I say that he can't go anywhere. But he was a serious man, Unity Party person. You right in the Capitol building, whether we shake hands every time we sit down, we'll do all of the arguments, say, my man, let's go here, let's go do, you have anything, we'll share it together, we'll move. But now, right now, DK, the minute those guys chased me in LTA, I was working in LTA. The small one put there, those guys and chased me and say, when UNESCO Wallo they say that man cannot be sitting now while the Patriot, that man should be the first person that you dismiss. And the moment Patriot took, I allowed them for them to do that. Someone just called me and said, my man, move from whatever, leave from there, we allow them to leave from there. I said, I even get time. When they talk about removing me, I said, my man, I never went to anybody to beg me. I want that LTA job. That's my own second. He was surprised when I was telling him, I said, man, it took me for a while. He said, oh, but why you could not tell me? I said, forget it. I know why I tell you. Because some of our faces then, the people that see us attacking. Yeah. So thank you for the show. It was a very great show, and we are open to come here anytime.
Thank you. We're having Enoch Batua tomorrow. The CDC, I think, vice chair for NEMA. I think he was campaign manager for District 6. Enoch will be joining us tomorrow. He will talk a lot about CDC. You can come as a former CDC and stand man to at least as guest panelist.
I'm a CDC there.
Yeah, so just want to tell you thank you. You are always welcome. You know, we always have space here for you. Anytime you're ready, you are welcome to come. So thank you, Siawete and the rest of the team. Thanks for tonight. We meet tomorrow again. Update us about the engagement you and myself just talked about, and give a briefing tomorrow. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.